NT Sports, Nebraska's home for sports, is live from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2010 NSAA High School Championships. And this evening in Class A, it's a battle of Millards as Millard North takes on Millard South for the Class A title. And hello again, everybody. Along with Adrian Fiala, I'm Larry Putney. Good to have you with us tonight here at Memorial Stadium. As for the third year in a row, this is a final, Adrian, of all Millard schools. This year, Millard North, Millard South. Of course, Millard South, the defending champion.
Nobody left at home in Millard. We'll see what
exactly
happens.
Right.
I tell you, Millard South trying to repeat from last year. Head coach Andy Means and his staff are looking to turn the cards around, Larry, from earlier this year. They lost to Millard North 21-16 in Game 4 this year. They really could not get their running game going. They're looking to do that tonight. They average about 430 yards of total offense per game, and 250 of that come via the rush. They're going to try to do it with a youngster by the name of Eddie Collins, senior scat back, 5'7", 160 pounds. He can run it, he can catch it, and he can return it. He's returned 5 kicks this year, 4 touchdowns, so they're going to rely on him and a host of other running backs and skill people to try to win this football game tonight. On defense, they're stingy on defense. They grind it out on defense. I think they're allowing them just right about 15 points a game as far as offenses go, and they're going to try to shut down a Millard North offense that really likes to rev it up and get the motor going. We'll see how that's going to go. This is going to be a great football game. I just have that feeling, I have that sense it's going to happen, so we'll see how it unfolds.
So Millard South, the defending champion, Millard North trying to dethrone the champs. These two met earlier this year. Millard North coming out on top. Damon Benning with us with more on Millard North. You take a look at Devin Bass. They wouldn't be here if it weren't for Devin Bass.
Absolutely. He's a big-time player that makes big-time plays. He had the key interception, beating a very good Burke football team on a 4th and 4. He comes up with the key interception to give them a chance to win the game, and then on the ensuing play, scores on a reverse. And Millard North was all but out of it in that one. Burke had that thing signed, sealed, and delivered, and Devin Bass is not so fast. He epitomizes what Millard North represents. Doesn't really care about the style points. He plays with a lot of substance and a lot of toughness. He's got 7 interceptions. He has the ability to erase your best player on offense. They can say, hey, let's play some man-to-man. You take him out of it, and that's what he'll do. He's got 42 solo tackles. Then you flip around and you watch him on offense. He's got 6 total touchdowns, 3 rushing, 3 receiving. He averages 16 yards a touch. He's a guy that makes plays when called upon, and he's extremely unselfish. Like I said, a representation of Millard North. This one, we're in for a dandy tonight.
A battle of the Millards, and for more, we go down to the field and John Bishop. John.
Well, as you would expect for seasoned rivals like these teams have played before. Earlier won by Millard North, and the key in that victory was slowing down Millard South on the ground. In fact, so well, minus 22 yards of rush offense. That forced Blake Headley to be the star of the game, and unfortunately he had a pretty average, maybe even below average night, only 14 of 39, just over 200 yards and threw 2 interceptions. And of course he has to face that great Millard North secondary. So if tonight, if the same thing happens and Headley's got to throw the ball, then you have to say advantage to Millard North. But we will see if Millard North can be as successful stopping the ground game as they were a few weeks ago.
Well, thanks, John. I think you eloquently described the kind of chess match that's going to happen tonight. Should be an interesting one as we expect somewhat of a defensive battle, but also the ability on both sides of the ball to be playmakers. Let's take a look at where these two teams come from. It's no surprise when you look at the map. They're both from Millard, so the Omaha area. Millard South comes in at 11-1 on the year. Millard South's only loss to Millard North. Mustangs are 10-2, and here is how they got here. A big win by Millard North, 10-7 in the semis to make it here to Memorial Stadium. Millard South, no trouble with Lincoln East. After a tight game early, Millard South blew it open. So it's Millard North and Millard South for the Class A state championship being played here tonight at Memorial Stadium. Great crowd on hand. The Millard folks have really traveled down I-80 to make their presence felt here at Memorial Stadium. Should be an exciting game tonight in Class A.
I tell you what, when you take a look at trying to beat the same team twice in a season, is going to be very difficult to do. And both teams know each other so well. We'll see who's the first one to blink in terms of getting away from their game plan.
These two teams just about 2.5 miles apart in Omaha or in Millard, so they do know each other well. A lot of these kids grew up playing against each other and with each other on a lot of youth clubs and youth teams, so it's a team and a community very familiar with each other, and as we said off the top, the 3rd consecutive year that we have had an all-Millard final.
getting to be very familiar with respect to Memorial Stadium, Larry, with the Millard representation. One thing about Millard North we haven't talked about yet is the fact that their defense on the season is giving up just 8 points a game. But, folks, it gets better than that. In the playoffs, they've given up just 17 points in those 3 games. And I tell you, when you look at that sort of stingy defense, you know that Millard South is going to have their work cut out for them because, again, in tough situations, in playoff battles, they gave up 10 points to Norfolk, shut out Northeast. They gave up just 7 to Auburn.
I'm going to go ahead and concur. I'll go ahead and tell you it's probably the best defense in Class A.
Time now for the introductions. Let's go to Rich Broderson.
And Nebraska School Activity Association State Football Championship Finals. For tonight's contest between the Mustangs of Millard North High School and the Patriots of Millard South High School. And now for the introduction of the players and the coaches. We begin with the Mustangs of Millard North. Number 1, Isaac Okery. Number 2, Derek Horde. Number 3, Jacob Bergmeyer. Number 5, Eric Christofferson. Number 6, Matt Miller. Number 8, Kyle Erickson. Number 11, Nick Bellis. Number 13, Josh Couch. Number 21, Devin Bass. Number 24, Cole Fisher. Number 25, Chris Bailey. Number 31, Brandon Aldi. Number 34, Ben Jensen. Number 49, Shane Lentz. Number 51, Samuel Davidson. Number 52, Landon Arnold. Number 54, Mark Pfeiffer. Number 56, Dahan Meredith. Number 64, Christopher McCann. Number 66, Ryan Wheeler. Number 78, Damon Parker. And number 84, Nick Marchese. The head coach for Millard North, Fred Petito. And now the rest of the Millard North High School players and coaches.
A lot of history with that Millard North Mustang program, and as you're watching at home and seeing those introductions, you're probably thinking, what's with the tape around the helmet?
A long-standing tradition for the Mustang family where it stems from a guy that hit a player so hard he lost his buckles.
That's right.
The snaps where your chin straps fastens to your helmet, and the snaps kept popping off, so he decided to put a little tape around it, and a legend was born.
That's right.
It has tradition there, and as a varsity player, that's what you
We begin with number 3, Trey Sachs. Number 4, Quentin Urban. Number 5, Nick Rajan. Number 6, Joel Fickle. Number 9, Tony Gardner. Number 14, Logan Miller. Number 17, Jordan Wisdom. Number 18, Blake Headley. Number 21, Nick Greco. Number 22, Eddie Collins. Number 25, Brandon Clark. Number 34, Brendan Peoples. Number 38, Eric Nicholson. Number 44, James Fortner. Number 51, Will Foley. Number 55, Bryce Sosnowski. Number 56, Sheldon Garcia. Number 59, Christian Spracotella. Number 69, Kyle Doran. Number 72, Brett Bowden. Number 75, Peyton Rockwell. Number 82, Elijah Tostenson. The head coach for Millard South, Andy Means. And now the rest of the Millard South High School players and coaches.
Third consecutive trip into the state finals for the Millard South Patriots. They won it all last year, knocking off Millard West. 2 years ago, losing in the finals to Millard West, and Andy Means has them back here again this season. Means been around a while, 25 seasons as the head coach at Millard South. Seventh as a head coach, 24.
Former Husker cornerback
right.
Also. Back in the day, Andy Means played a great secondary for the Huskers as this team is making their way to the bench.
Time now to head back to our public address announcer, Rich Broderson.
On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association, its member schools, and U.S. Bank, welcome to the 2010 NSAA State High School Football Championship Finals. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and remove your hats to honor America? As Lincoln North Star High School Octet, directed by Joni Osborne, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glow, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet
Lincoln North Star octet prior to our Class A state championship game. An all Millard final. South taking on North, and it's all coming up next on NET.
Animal agriculture is vital to Nebraska. Livestock production not only contributes to our food supply, but also helps our rural communities. Livestock provides revenue for schools, creates jobs, supports Main Street, and enhances the future for farm families. The Nebraska Soybean Board's Animal Agriculture Initiative works to encourage growth of responsible livestock enterprises to benefit agriculture and Nebraska.
Power Drive Electric Car program gives high school students a hands-on way to apply studies, learn about electricity and energy efficiency, and develop skills that will benefit them throughout their lives. Nebraska Public Power District encourages students and teachers to get involved. Schools have the power to make it happen. For information on Power Drive, visit oppd.com or nppd.com.
Support for programming comes from Fund for Teachers and the Malika Foundation, empowering teachers to pursue learning outside the classroom with grants for summer odysseys around the world. Grant applications and information available online at fundforteachers.org.
Ndamukong Suh is perhaps the best defensive player in the history of Husker football. When you join the NET Sports Partners Club now with your gift of $80, we'll thank you with this limited edition coin that pictures Ndamukong on one side and his long list of accomplishments on the other. Explore all the benefits of the Sports Partners Club today.
With the odds stacked against them, a team puts everything on the line on the biggest stage in collegiate volleyball history. Dream like a champion.
Coming soon to NET1.
Well, the 2010 NSAA Football Championships are being brought to you live over the internet, so all of your friends and family outside of Nebraska can enjoy the great coverage of the high school championships. To have them check it out, go to netnebraska.org and click on the live webcast tab. NET is Nebraska's home for sports. Very slight breeze tonight at about 4 miles an hour. Humidity at 76%, 31 degrees, and cloudy. And overall, a terrific night in November for high school football. Not too chilly, just a great night. There's Eddie Collins. And getting ready to kick it off for the Millard North Mustangs is Zach Janicek. Janicek, the 5'11 junior. And Eddie Collins, an exciting returner for Millard South.
Well, Janicek's leg will be important right off the bat. Limit the return game.
The kick is high. It'll come down at about the 10-yard line. Taken at the 10, brought up to about the 15, spun around. And great pursuit by that Millard North coverage team. Millard South will be pinned to start it off. Let's take a look at the South offense. Blake Headley is the quarterback. Trey Sachs, the running back. Eddie Collins, the halfback. The receivers, Clark Gardner. And look out for Elijah Tostenson. Offensive line, Rockwell, Bowden, Foley, Spaccaratella, Sheldon Garcia at the left tackle. That's a look at the Millard South offense.
Whatever they do offensively will be predicated on that offensive line. Very, very good, because we know they have a plethora of skill guys to get the football to.
And when things are going well, they love to run the hurry up. Here's Headley at the quarterback. He tosses outside right away to Collins. Collins bobbles the ball, puts it on the ground. It's a scramble underneath. We'll see who comes up with it at the bottom of the pile.
Pitch a little bit high on the toss.
Second down, Millard South recover. Let's take a look at the defensive unit for this Millard North Mustang squad, coming in at 10-2 on the season. Arnold, Parker, and Marchese up front. Backs and linebackers, Aldi, Jansen, Christofferson, Miller, Erickson, Couch, Pass, and Fisher. The linebackers and DBs.
Strength of this defense, without a doubt, will be that second and third level. While they're good up front, that back seven are lights out.
Right away, Trey Sachs, the 1,000-plus yard rusher for the Millard South Patriots, is down on the field.
Well, you can afford to have him out of the ball game at any time. As you said, Larry, over 1,000 yards.
And I believe
Is
also
that Collins?
Yeah, Collins is on the bench as well.
Eddie was the intended pitch man on the play, and a little bit of a juggling act. It looks like Sachs is going to be okay.
He's limping off.
He's limping off.
The two top rushers for Millard South on the opening play of the game go down.
Well, in their previous game, they could not get their running game going. And if you have to take Collins and Sachs out of their arsenal, that's a huge deficit for Millard South.
Yeah, it's always nice to be able to substitute a guy like Quentin Urban in as your tailback, because this guy's all state caliber wherever he goes.
Well, Urban in the backfield along with Headley. Headley will go up top, tosses it out in the flat. The catch made out about the 32-yard line. A reception by Brandon Clark. As they hurry up to the line, do the Patriots.
Clark ran Eric Christensen Christopherson off the ball pretty well that time, getting a big deep did Christopherson, and he just came back for the pass, completed the pass for the first down.
Headley in the shotgun. Headley, the 6'1", 180-pound senior. Better than 2,000 yards passing on the season as he gives up the middle to Urban. Urban has some room, breaks one tackle, out past the 40-yard line. That'll bring up a second down and about 2 on the carry for Quentin Urban.
Good break by Urban that time.
I tell you, they won't skip a beat. I mean, Collins is a good player, as is Trey Sachs, without a doubt. But as we take a look at Quentin Urban here, he's as good as anybody in the Metro and very proven at this level.
Heading upfield there, he made contact, got another 2 or 3 yards after contact. You love to see that in your running backs.
The toss goes to Urban around the right side. He's got room. Urban past midfield and into Millard North territory. A flag on the play, behind the play at about the 45.
Urban at 5'10", 195, and lots of speed. Damon, do you know how fast he is?
Oh, I'd say he's a legitimate 4'6" guy. And it's funny, he kind of gets overshadowed what he does offensively because he's such a great defensive player. But this is a deep and talented offensive bunch.
Shows some good speed there. A quick toss pitch to the right side, but looks like it's going to come back here.
Holding is the call against Millard South. We will hear it from Tim
Holdings
Higgins
on the offense.
So that will back up the Patriots 10 yards and erase the carry by Urban.
Kind of get the key to Millard South's offense. They've got two tempos. They can hit you with the subtle hurry up where they all check the wristbands and kind of stand over the line of scrimmage. Then they've got a different gear where it's almost like fast break where they're rolling. That'd be imperative for Millard North to get lined up correctly to start the series.
The 10-yard penalty is a spot foul, so it backs them up to 2nd down and 7 now. Headley changing the play at the line. Back into the game, Trey Sachs for Millard South. And Sachs is given the ball. Sachs spins out of one tackle, barrels forward for a gain of about 2 or 3. We'll call it 3rd down and about 4.
Fortunate to get that 9-man front that time by Millard North. Just a couple of people back in that secondary guarding the back end of it, but well done, well executed. 3rd down, call it about long 3.
There's no deception with the Mustangs. They'll man you up across the front and show a lot of zero, sometimes with really no free safety. They'll combo those looks with a little robber and play with the free safety, or they'll go cover 0, but they'll man you across the field.
Headley in the shotgun on 3rd down. 4 wide, 2 to each side. Passing pattern just over the outstretched hands of Clark. He can't pull it in. That'll bring up 4th down. Down to John Bishop on the field.
Guys, update on Eddie Collins. He is still trying to run off whatever ails him right now. He has been pointing to the inside of his right foot near the big toe area as the area of discomfort. He's been going up and down the bench for the most part since he came out of the game. He did just grab his helmet a few minutes ago. We'll see if he still has a chance to get back in here soon.
Kyle Duran will punt it away. He scoops up the bad snap. That's been taken to the 35-yard line by Bass and Devin Bass dancing around. Look at Devin Bass go out to midfield and a nice return and sets up the Mustangs at midfield.
He's got some electric feet, doesn't he? My goodness. Just a glimpse of what I'm sure he's going to be able to do the rest of the night, Devin Bass.
Let's take a look now at this Mustang offense, led by the sophomore. Isaac Acre, the running backs. Bergmeyer and Bellis. The fullback is Bailey, Horde, and Bass, the wideouts. Up front, Davidson, Arnold, McCann. Wheeler's a big guy up there with lots of potential, and Parker at the left tackle. Wheeler's been battling injury this year as well.
Unbalanced set to start the game.
Acre will keep it himself. Tucks it early, and Millard South there to shut it down for no gain.
Well, that Millard South defense, again, we talked at length about Millard North and their defense, and they're very good, but they're stout too against that run.
South defense looks like this. Wisdom, Durand, Bowden, and Spaccaratella up front. Backs and linebackers inside. Urban, Garcia, Miller, and Tostenson the outsides. Cornerbacks are Collins and Gardner. And Nick Reagan leads the team in tackles from that free safety spot with 102 on the season. Second down and 10 for Acre. Acre, a keeper again. He got a block. Acre, look out. He might go. Acre dropped from behind by Collins. Collins pulls him down from behind.
Really, it's going to be key for Millard South. Acre wants to get on the edge. He's not like the Millard North quarterbacks of old that will turn this thing back up behind the guard area. He is a edge quarterback, and he shows you he can crease you. The first time these two teams played, Bergmeyer was the leading rusher at the tailback spot, which is a little rare for Millard North. Interesting to see how Millard South adjusts early on.
So Acre with a 28-yard gain. Now to the 23-yard line. First and 10 for the Mustangs. The toss goes out to Bass. Bass dances around, a nice cut. Back up the middle and gets a few out of what looked like nothing.
Good job by the left side of the Millard South defense. Linebacker in the defensive end over on that side kept the play to the inside, kept Bass contained, and then got help from the linebackers in making the play.
Could be a big loss right there for the Patriots. As you see on the last play, Eddie Collins on the tackle rolled up that ankle again, or the toe inside of it, as John Bishop described earlier, and he's headed to the locker room. Happened on the first play of the game for Millard South. Second down and 8. Acre hands off in the backfield. Bellis bounces away from one tackle, but he's not going to get away from the rest. Spaccaratella is there to pull him down. Big number 59.
Sheldon Garcia beating the block at the line of scrimmage from Millard South. See him here, number 56, coming up free and beating both blocks. He's actually Nick blocked earlier and then tried to block him late, but that did not work also, as he came up free and slowed the runner down and limited that gain to well to no gain.
Front four, definitely the strength of Millard South. They could go 5-6 deep up there. We haven't seen their best yet, who might be Wisdom. Spaccaratella's no slouch. Keep an eye on number 17, Wisdom.
Not the position Millard North likes to find itself in. Third down and long. They give on the inside and shut down by that interior defensive line of the Patriots. About 3 there, including Sosnowski.
Great job by Sosnowski trying to sort out traffic behind the line of scrimmage. And it was a well-executed play, but Sosnowski deciphers everything and makes that tackle. Creates his 4th down and the field goal attempt.
Boy, you got a glimpse of what I think you'll see all night. Classic cat and mouse of games being played in the trenches. Points will be very hard to come by tonight.
Andrew Bain going to try
Andrew Bain in for the 45-yarder. Spot down, it's on its way. Bain's kick is just short and no good. So Andrew Bain comes up just short, and Millard North turned away after the big gain by Acre. Last year it was another battle of Millard schools as the undefeated and number 1 ranked Millard South Patriots took on the defending state champion Millard West Wildcats. Here's a look back at 2009. The Wildcats had every intention of defending their state title. Thanks to the precision passing of Zach Witham, Millard West got on the score with a 32-yard field goal by Brendan White. The Patriots answered back with a scoring drive of their own, and after a 31-yard completion to Adam Kalinowski, star quarterback Bronson Marsh outran the Wildcat defense for a 27-yard touchdown. Scoring for the rest of the half came to a halt until Millard South's Luke Timer hit a 40-yard field goal going into halftime. The Patriots came out firing in the second half. Marsh evaded a sack and pounded his way to the 1-yard line with an 18-yard run to set up a Millard South touchdown. Zach Witham answered with a 43-yard touchdown pass to Brian Buttry to bring Millard West within 7. But it was all Millard South from then on. The game was put out of reach for the Wildcats with 2 more Patriot touchdowns and a 51-yard onside kick return by Tyler Harris. In the end, the Millard South Patriots avenged last year's state final loss, the 45-17 victory. A lot of new faces off of last year's Millard South team, including that guy right there, Blake Headley, replacing Bronson Marsh, who led Class A 3 straight years, one of the best high school quarterbacks in terms of numbers that Nebraska's ever seen. Headley goes up top, tipped away at the last second.
Well, I tell you,
Coverage there.
Our fans and viewers at home will be saying, oh gosh, they got single matchups out there to that split side. You'll see that all night long, and Millard North says, this is what we do, go get it.
Well, at the last second right there, you can see the body control, the vision control, and everything else coming into play for the defender, Josh Couch, to knock that ball away.
Tostenson will be a guy to watch offensively from North South. He can score from anywhere on the field.
Second down and 10, the handoff up the middle. Trey again, Trey Sachs carries it out past the first down marker. Millard South with another first down.
Trey Sachs, one of those running backs, tough to find, tough to see. He's 5'5", weighs 195 pounds, well put together. And you see him here just taking people on. Good blow right there to pick up about another 3 or 4 yards. That's a tough run by Sachs.
He didn't give you anything to hit. His elbows and knees. And runs behind his pads.
As a defender, he's the type of guy he just really didn't like to see a whole lot of.
Kept by Headley. Headley's got some room down that left sideline. Pulled it out of the belly of Sachs. Took it upfield and into Millard North territory. What a play by Blake Headley.
Headley looking at that block downfield by Tossison, and watch downfield there to the right. Fake that dive. Now off to the races. And can you cut it inside? Nope. Yes, he stays outside. Out of bounds right about midfield, right beyond midfield.
Cole Fisher, the alley runner, fell asleep a little bit, went to the running back. Headley runs right by him.
20 yards on the carry for Headley. First and 10 from the 47 of Millard North. Headley back to pass. He's under pressure, rolls to his right. Points his receiver downfield, throws that way, and then out of bounds. We talked with Andy Means before the game tonight about his quarterback, Blake Headley.
Blake is a very intelligent player. He has great arm. Obviously, he's a Division I baseball recruit here at Nebraska, and so he knew the offense very well at the beginning of this season. He played behind Bronson Marsh last year, and so he just kind of stepped into the role and has done a fabulous job the entire season.
Second down and 10 now for Headley. Drops the pass again, pressure, dumps it out in the flat to Sachs. Sachs with some room, puts that helmet down and barrels forward, a gain of about 7 yards.
He's just like rolling down the lane right there, trying to hit some Millard North pins. But wow, Trey Sachs, don't let that size be deceiving. He's a tough customer all wrapped into a small package. Or watch this.
Well, I don't mind watching him up here where I know he can't do us any harm. He's a heck of a football player, and he's all business out there.
Guy that likes to go into contact is Trey Sachs, and he showed it right there. Rushed for better than 1,000 yards on the season. He gets it again, and Sachs, gain of 2. That'll bring up third, make it 4th down and 2. Now for Millard South, and a decision for the Patriots.
Fred Petito, talking about this game, said we want to try to keep Millard South out of the offensive rhythm that they're so used to getting into, and that will be our big job here tonight. Keep them out of their rhythm and keep momentum on our side. And it's going to come up short here, a couple of yards for Millard South, and they will indeed kick it away.
Decision quick and easy for Andy Means. He sends in Kyle Doran to kick it away. Doran boots it deep, angles it away from the return man. Their catch called for and made at the 19-yard line. So the Millard North Mustangs hold after the big play from quarterback Blake Headley. They'll take over at their own 19. Hey, just a reminder, we'd love to hear from you. Send us an email and let us know what you think about our sports coverage of the NSAA High School Championships. If you value statewide NET television, let us know and let our sponsors know by writing to sports@netnebraska.org. And we thank you very much for watching The NSAA Football Championships on NET, NET HD, and on the web at netnebraska.org. And as you know, NET is Nebraska's home for sports. 4 minutes to go here in this first quarter of play of the Class A state championship. Millard North and Millard South. Chess match early, both teams with a couple of big plays that they've been unable to capitalize on. The handoff right up the middle. Nice carry for about 7 or 8 yards by Chris Bailey.
That's a play we've seen before.
Yeah,
Millard North play.
Bailey's tough. You know, a lot of times they'll use in this single wing, they'll use the wing to be the lead block, and it kind of acts like ISO. And, you know, Millard South is going to have to be real cognizant of who's playing in that single wing, because a lot of times that'll dictate where the football is going. If it's a motion guy and he looks like a ball carrier, you can probably rule out the fact that they're going to run that ISO. And you see number 49, chances are they're coming downhill.
4 wide, Bailey in the backfield. Pass in motion. The give to Bailey, and boy, he is buried right at the line by Freeman Coleman, the 6'1 sophomore, 230 pounds.
Not much doubt about that tackle. Let's watch Coleman right here.
He split the double.
Yeah,
got to stay with that a little longer.
Strong, aggressive play by Coleman right there.
That's a good looking sophomore.
Yeah, those are nice when they let you through.
Yeah,
he had a little something to do with it.
Nice play, big fella.
3rd down and 2. Got the pitch away late, but the rest of the defense shows up and says hello. A loss on the carry by Jacob Bergmeyer.
Once again, Sheldon Garcia making a play. Second time we've seen him make a big play in this quarter. Watch him right here. He's going to make that initial hit right there. Was he down?
A late toss, though.
Looked like he might have been down, but on we go.
Real good discipline. Players staying at home from Millard South, understanding the task at hand.
So Millard North now will punt it away. Nick Bellis to kick it. Bellis's kick almost blocked, got it away. Angles it goes out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. So that's where Millard South will take over at the 50. A reminder, NET is your ticket to exciting sports action right in your living room. You can help us deliver this inspiring sports programming by joining the NET Sports Partners Club. Your contribution helps to ensure that your favorite sports programs continue for years to come. You'll also receive some great thank you gifts as appreciation for your support. Log on to netnebraska.org/sportspartners and become a member today.
Encourage everybody to get on board with us. Having a great time with the Sports Partners Club and a lot of activities involved there, so get on board with us.
Millard South offense trotting back onto the field. Blake Headley in the shotgun. Headley drops to throw. Will go deep. Has a man out there and tipped away at the last minute, defended by Devin Bass.
Conceptually, that's what you'll see a lot of teams try to do to Millard North, since they know they play so much man-to-man. You see a lot of rub routes, little pick route. Millard South trying to run the wheel, and Headley is very accurate with the football. You know, he's got a big boy arm. It's a good play by Devin Bass. You risk a lot putting the ball in the air in his area, because that guy is a playmaker.
7 interceptions on the year. Leads Class A, or has led Class A this year with that number.
2nd down and 10. Toss outside to Urban. Urban breaks 1 tackle. Can't spin out of the second. And the pop is put on in the backfield by the Mustangs.
Yeah, to create this long 3rd down. 3rd and let's call it about 7. Maybe 8.
Well, I tell you, it's a good job by Cole Fisher running the alley. 2 good players meeting one another in Urban and Fisher, 2 of the better players in the Metro.
There's Cole Fisher, an Iowa recruit for the Mustangs. 3rd down and 9. Crossing pattern pulled down, but a nice toss and the catch for another 1st down.
There's that guy.
Tostenson with the catch.
Great job to get that big body out in front, to get the drop or get the step on the corner out there.
I got inside.
Slant. Yeah, it's just almost impossible to stop that play. When that receiver gets that body to the inside, you got troubles if you're the corner, and you saw it right there. You had troubles.
Tosstetson back at the top of the screen. Fake the give. Headley will keep it. He's got room. Look out. Headley to the outside. Headley all the way. Touchdown. Millard South. 37 yards for the TD.
It's a nice adjustment by Millard South's offense. If you watch a lot of film, Headley isn't a guy that you think will kill you with his legs, but he's very deceptive. And just like his namesake, very heady player. No pun intended. You watch him stay with that outside zone. Read. Sees the crease. For those folks that like to watch Nebraska, we see that an awful lot.
Ran right by the linebacker, then took advantage of the block downfield by Tossison. Elijah Tossison, a good block down there about the 10-yard line. Here's a kick.
Joel Fickle boots it through. It's good, and Millard South is on top. They strike first, 7-0 Patriots.
Familiar place. Watch how long he stays with that read. You get the good full momentum.
He just ran right by number 52 right there.
Logan Arnold.
Logan Arnold, and then took advantage of that block by Tossison down. Kind of set it up in the essence downfield with his running ability. So Headley gives the Millard South Patriots the jump here and gets that rhythm going that Fred Petito was so concerned about.
Let's go down to the field to John Bishop. John.
Well, right before that drive started for Millard South, Eddie Collins came back out of the locker room. They did some treatment back in the locker room on his toe. I did confirm it was his toe. There is a sprain of some sort. According to the trainers, they say he's going to try to give it a go. We'll see if he comes out on the next defensive series.
Nothing new if you're Millard North. The first go around, Millard South struck first. Big pass play from Headley in that one, and Millard North had to weather the early storm. They'll have to summon on some of that again here as they trail early 7-0.
So back deep for the Mustangs, there is Nick Bellis. Devin Bass is also back deep for the Mustangs to receive the kick. There's Joel Fickle, who will kick it away for the Millard South Patriots. On top now, 7-0 here with 46 seconds left in this first quarter of play.
Bellis and Bass, very dangerous, but very good kicker from Millard South.
Fickle kicks it deep. It'll be taken at about the 2-yard line. Here's Bellis. Bellis shut down. Great penetration by that Millard South coverage team, and nowhere for Bellis to go. He gets back to the 12 or 13.
Logan Miller down on the coverage, number 14 for Millard South. Miller, the senior. Watch this. Coming up.
High hang time.
Kaboom.
Kicks pretty deep. He gets good loft.
Terrific coverage by Miller, and also number 27, Alex Carr.
Take a look at Collins White. You wonder how much his game is neutralized with that bad toe. He is a speed and quickness guy.
So Eddie Collins back onto the field, testing that toe. Handoff in the back. Big penetration, and the tackle again in the backfield for Millard South. Once again, that's Freeman Coleman. We talked to Fred Petito about his quarterback.
You know, he's a sophomore, but, you know, he's a very mature young man. Not just physically, but he handles things extremely well. I know his first game, we played prep in front of about 10,000 at UNO, and nothing seemed to bother him. And his skills are serious.
And of course, Cray replacing a 2-year starter in Kyle Erickson. Was impressive early against prep. He's going nowhere there. Once again, shut down by that defensive front. Logan Miller there again.
There's that guy,
bunch.
Wisdom.
Front bunch really getting the job done here in the early going for the Millard South defense.
So first quarter of the books, and the Millard South defense stiffening. They're on top, 7-6.
Time Warner Cable is dedicated to the future of our nation's children. That's why we've launched our Connect a Million Minds initiative. We're asking adults to help us inspire kids through science, technology, engineering, and math. And we're achieving this through local partnerships with FIRST. Across the country, Time Warner Cable employees are helping bring FIRST robotics competitions to the areas we serve. The future of our nation and our children depends on math, science, and technology. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.
At U.S. Bank, we support athletics, the arts, and anyone with a dream. Support that's not just about money. It's about investing our time and our care to make the most of the places we call home. That's the power of U.S. Bank. All of us serving you.
NET Sports coverage of the 2010 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, applauding the dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship of Nebraska high school athletes. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. Back at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska, beginning of the second quarter of this Class A state championship. Millard South Patriots, Millard North Mustangs. Patriots on top here early, 7-0. Thanks to the 37-yard touchdown run by the Patriots quarterback, Blake Headley. 3rd down and 13 for the Mustangs. Under pressure, Craig gets it off. Incomplete. Isaac Acre, 5'11", 180-pound sophomore.
Watch Urban here. Going to come in, sheds a block. He's behind it all. And it looks like 55 actually on the Sosnowski.
Was that Sosnowski?
I believe it was.
Good pressure again by that Millard South Patriot front.
By far and away the strength of that defense.
Running away.
We're going to get this ball in good shape.
It'll roll out to about the 40, maybe 41-yard line before it rolls dead. And that's where Millard South will take over. A reminder to everybody, Big Red Wrap-Up will not be seen at its regular time on Tuesday night this week. That's due to the NSAA Football Championships. Instead, the wrap-up can be seen on Wednesday night. So look back at Saturday's game at Texas A&M. This week's special guest will be Matt Davison. Plus, we'll look ahead at Friday's game with Colorado. That's Nebraska's last regular season game of the Big 12 Conference. So join us for Big Red Wrap-Up this Wednesday night, 7 Central on NET1 and NET HD.
Well, a few things to talk about come Wednesday, fellas.
Absolutely. Things settling down a bit, which is certainly good news. It's still a Big 12 championship on the line for the Huskers this weekend. Well, the Patriots back out there with a 7-0 lead. Here comes that offensive unit, led by Blake Headley. Hands off to Urban. Urban has some room, puts his head down and barrels out. We're down to about the 30-yard line.
I'll tell you, when you're not an offense that throws the football very often, you do not want to get behind a couple more than a couple of scores if you're Millard North.
Right there is number 6 for Millard North, coming in very quickly, Matthew Miller. Sometimes you hear about a player overrunning a play. It's kind of what happened right there. Just maybe break it down a little bit quicker, get under control, and make the hit. I think we'll do that.
Trey Sachs now in the backfield. Hand it off to Sachs, and Sachs another gain of about 5 down to near the 25, maybe the 26-yard line, enough for a first down.
It's real good offensive execution by Millard South. You just get the sense that they're kind of settling into a rhythm, which is one thing that the Millard North staff did not want to happen, but they're calling plays with pretty good pace. And you get the sense they know exactly how they want to attack the Mustangs.
First down and 10 from the 26. Read option again and hands it off. Nowhere to go that time for Trey Sachs. Stopped defensively by Ben Jansen for Millard North.
Leading tackler for the Millard North bunch. Ben Jansen injured a lot last year, didn't play much, but came back this year to lead this team with 135 tackles. It's evidence of why that number is that way.
Yeah, he'll rattle your cage. Usually what he hits stops moving. He has a nose for the football.
5'11", 210 pounds. Well done, well put together.
To throw now is Headley. Headley looks downfield, got a man. Did he catch it? He did. What a grab! Tostenson, touchdown, Millard South.
We've seen that a time or two. We mentioned in the opener, watch this kid. He is a game changer. Very hard to handle. He's been getting off the line of scrimmage with a free release. Gets him on a double move.
He got him. He caught a very hard to handle football too. Right here, he got it turned around the ball, thrown to the outside. He was into the inside. He had to turn the body and make it all work. Great catch.
A game like this with very high talent level, that's what usually playmakers do. You need big-time players to make big-time plays, and that's what he did. He bailed his quarterback out and made a play for him.
Fickle puts it right through. One more look at the one-handed pull in from Tostenson for the touchdown.
His body was going a different way. Made that throw under great pressure. And a catch under great pressure. Terrific outcome for Millard South.
So 2 touchdown advantage now for Millard South. They're on top 14-2. Well, it's time now for our NSAA Championship Trivia. You'll be the first person to email us at sports@netnebraska.org with the correct answer. You'll win a cool NET Sports blue logo t-shirt, size extra large. So here's the question. Who holds the record for most touchdowns scored in an NSAA Class A playoff game? The first correct email to sports@netnebraska.org will win the NET Sports t-shirt. And remember, only one winner per household during the 2010 championships. Most touchdowns scored in an NSAA Class A playoff game. Pretty well-known name.
Taking a look there at Nicholas Bellis. He's back deep. Along with number 21, as you see, Devin Bass. And the thing about this, guys, is 14-0, Millard South is up. But a guy like Bass or Bellis, all of a sudden it can be 14-7 pretty quick. So you just got to keep playing. Both teams obviously going to keep playing. And David, I know you're pretty high on Bass in terms of visibility, and he's going to get a chance here or not. No, he won't.
Either guy, both guys.
Bellis with the return, and Bellis busts through the middle, back outside the 35 to the 36-yard line. Nice return by Nick Bellis.
It's a nice pair back there in the return game. Fickle was going to be important as we take a look at the replay. You know, Bellis makes his mind up and he gets a good crease. That front wall does a nice job getting a hat on a hat. Bellis kind of spurts the crease. He's looked like he had a couple little problems with his ankle. Not quite 100% moving around out there, but he hit that crease nicely.
With two guys back there like those two, you just can't kick the ball away from anybody. It's a double-edged cut right there.
The sophomore Acre back under center. Acre gives to Bass, bounces off one tackle, and then pulled down by a very active Freeman Coleman tonight.
So we get the counter punch from Coach Petito. He settles him down a little bit by getting in the offset eye and just a nice downhill ISO play, trying to stem the tide a little bit, letting his offensive line get a good look from an isolation standpoint on where Millard South is lining up defensively.
That offensive line of theirs averages just under 260 per man. Go through the specific numbers here in a moment.
2nd down and 6. Acre tosses back to Bass. Bass tries to slip one tackle. Urban there. You say no, sir.
I tell you, Millard South really playing with a vengeance right now. We talked about the size of that offensive line. Their left tackle, Davison, 235. We'll take a look again, and you're going to see Urban right here come through, escaping right up into the hole, and bingo, making that hit. Arnold is at 250, their left guard. McCann at 260, their center. Wheeler at 240, and then DeMont Parker, their right tackle, 6'2" and 300 pounds.
Urban, one of the original tough guys. He doesn't just talk a good game. He's extremely physical out there.
Bailey in the backfield, dropping to throw is Acre. Back down. Acre's pass is broken up, looking for Bass.
Just a good battle out there between those two.
It's a great break on the football.
Tony Gardner with the pass breakup for Millard South. So that'll bring up 4th down and 7, and back into the game to kick it away comes Bellis.
See the spirit of their team right there as Gardner came over and everybody's over there to give him a pat. These guys are believing it right now.
Collins and Urban back to return it. Urban will take it at about the 24. Go to the right side, flag on the play. Urban, plenty of room, 2 flags now. Urban out past the 40, but this will likely come back. 2 flags on the return.
I don't know about you guys, but it's almost getting to the point where it's rare anymore that you see a kick returned without a flag. And you see a play like that starts on the left side, goes all the way over the right side. Tough sometimes to make it go because of the blocks. And you see it right here.
Yeah, that was the first one that we missed,
Yeah,
and the second flag came in on the other one.
Big hit leveled there on the return by Millard South Sosnowski, Alex Sosnowski. So they will back this up after the penalty, and Millard South will begin their drive from
We have block in the back.
around their
On the
own
return.
20-yard line.
First down.
They step off this 10-yard penalty. There's Andy Means.
His expression doesn't change a whole lot out there. He usually comes across like he's got it under control, and he usually does. Playing in 3 state finals,
right.
you tend to get that look.
25 years at Millard South, 8 years as the head coach for Andy Means. Let's go down to the field to John Bishop. John.
Well, Nebraska's most favored Millard North alum, Eric Crouch, joining us down on the sideline. 14-0 lead. This is a little surprising.
Sure is. I think what I've seen so far, it's the line of scrimmage. I think Millard North has got to do a better job of establishing that line of scrimmage offensively and start to have some long drives and start to wear their defense out. Their defense has been on the field for a long time.
You obviously, when you were playing, it was really North versus Southwest, really hadn't come on the scene yet as of yet. Tell the folks who don't know across the state what this rivalry meant.
Well, it's a tremendously big rivalry, and you know, the way that the system used to work is that we were in the same division, so we could only play in the semifinals. So this would be a dream come true for a Millard North or a Millard South student athlete to come and play in this game in the state championship.
What do you make of the athletes on the field? Every bit as good as the ones you played with?
Absolutely. I mean, these guys, you can tell that they put the time in and they train hard and they're physical and they're playing a great game tonight. And, you know, the best team will be standing as the victorious winner.
Headley keeps it himself. Headley's got room to the 40, turns back. Headley, one man to beat, down to the 15-10 and drugged down from behind. What a run by Blake Headley.
I tell you,
man,
it's really hard to put into words the wrinkle that Millard South is showing with the quarterback run game. Headley not known for his running prowess, but tonight they've obviously done a good job of scouting. And with Millard North playing man-to-man in the secondary, those receivers just run those DBs off.
Well, John, you were talking with somebody. I guess we'll let you take it away again.
Eric, I'd be remiss not to ask you about the Taylor Martinez situation. You played quarterback as a redshirt freshman. You know the pressures of these young men. What'd you make of all that?
Well, I think that there's a lot of pressure to begin with at the quarterback position, and you know, some of that you just have to let roll off your back, and you got to come back out the next week and practice to get better and look at the film and do the things that it takes to be a leader on your team, and hopefully that will happen in the next few days here, that they'll be able to come together as a team and do the things that it takes to win the North Division and have a chance at the title.
Eric, appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thank you.
2 terrific moves by Headley on that long run. First of all, had everybody fooled at the line of scrimmage with the ball handling and just out around the end, and then a great cut at the 50. They left one tackler sprawled, another one about the 30, and then of course got run down right inside the 15.
Second down and 11. The toss over the middle. Tostenson again, a wide open. Tostenson catch it down to the 1-yard line. Goes Tostenson.
And his eyes got to just be lighting up anytime he gets single coverage, and he knows what he's going to get when he sees this Millard North bunch. He's going to get a lot of man-to-man, and he's just a difficult matchup to handle.
Well, he knows with his speed and his quickness and his size that he can get his body in front of that defensive back, and if the throw's there, which it has been, it's going to be on point.
Toss outside. Urban drugged down from behind. Ben Jansen in there once again on the tackle. That'll bring up 4th down and 4 for the Patriots.
Millard South trying to work quick without a conventional tight end. So you see Tostenson go in and play the tight end spot and actually do a pretty good job blocking at the point of attack as an inline blocker, showing some versatility there.
So Joel Fickle, who is 4 for 12 on the season with a long of 47. 50 of 53 extra points, is on to try a field goal.
People see that brace on his arm. He was casted most of the season. He was playing a little scout team wide receiver in practice and broke his wrist.
The kick is up, and it is good from 21 yards out. So Joel Fickle knocks it through from 21 out, and Millard South extends its lead now 17-0 with 5:38 left here in this first half of play. A false confession, faked evidence, a murder mystery from Murdoch, Nebraska. It's all tonight at 10 on NET television. It's CSI on trial. How did a murder investigation put 2 innocent men in jail? We sift through confidential documents, listen to court testimony, and speak to people swept up in a stunning true life crime drama. See what NET News uncovers when investigating a murder becomes a crime. Watch CSI on trial tonight, 10 Central on NET1 and NET HD.
Millard South happy to have the points up on the board, but believe you me, they were wanting touchdown, not field goal. They felt, I'm sure, that if they get the ball down that close to the goal line, we should take it in. Didn't happen. Great job by Millard North to shut that down. They have to settle for the field goal. 17-0.
A couple interesting things going on here earlier. I think if you ask somebody to kind of come in and handicap this matchup, they probably would give the advantage in the interior to Millard North, and kind of thinking where if they were going to win the game, that's where it was going to get done. Right now it seems that Millard South is taking that personal and really controlling both sides of the lines of scrimmage.
And to kick it away is Joel Fickle. Deep to receive, Bass and Bellis. Taken in the end zone, and a touchback. Stops that Millard North routine. So the Mustangs will try to get some offense going here in this second quarter. 5:38 left, down 17-0. And their sophomore quarterback, as you take a look at head coach Fred Petito.
Quarterback Nick Phelan in the background, and you got Eric Crouch on the sideline, and you take a look at that Millard North staff up and down the sideline. A lot of loyalty, a lot of family lineage there with that Millard North staff.
Acre back into the game. Under center. Bailey is behind him. The toss goes to Bergmeyer. Bergmeyer shut down by that Millard South defense.
Watch
Tostenson right there.
Yeah, I was going to say, Larry, watch this. You know, we have seen Elijah Tostenson, as far as offense goes. Watch this play. Off that block, straight up, no advance. Then the friends come, but man, Elijah Tostenson, great tackle right there.
Right now, Millard North just finding no room anywhere. On the ground, inside, outside, through the air, Millard South is really dominated up front.
2-by-2 set here. Bergmeyer, number 3, was a guy that had real good success against Millard South the first time around. They might want to find a way to get him some touches. They tried the toss play there that he scored on here the first time these two teams met.
Timeout called by Millard South, on top 17-0 here in this second quarter. Well, NET is committed to creating the very best programs that feature our state. And the best way to keep track of the programs airing on NET is the NET Now magazine. NET Now is offered as a thank you to benefit members at the $30 level and above. If you're not a member yet, well, you can visit netnebraska.org/members or give us a call toll free 800-634-6788 and become a member today. Viewers like you make our high school sports coverage possible by watching and supporting NET Sports, and we certainly appreciate all of your support. And so do these high school athletes who have their games broadcast across the state over these 2 days. 3 state champions crowned today, 3 more crowned tomorrow. Of course, earlier today, Howells knocked off Sargent 46-7, and West Point Central Catholic winning A-State championship in Class D1. This is the Class A title. Toss goes out into the flat. Bass has it, spins on a one tackle, gets loose, but Urban holds onto that shirt and doesn't let him too far away.
Oh boy, just two really good players. Bass, you see how dangerous he is potentially after the catch. Coach Petito trying to get him the football, and then Quentin Urban say, not so fast, my friend.
Well, watch this extra fight right here as Bass trying to put the moves on, still on his feet, stay up, digging, and guess what? He digs to the first down. Big play right there.
That dry fit stuff doesn't tear away very easy, does it?
I tell you, Millard South just swarming to the football, though. Goodness.
They're playing extremely well. The plays, Damon, I think they're going to go for Millard North and will shut down within a second or two.
Bailey in the backfield. Craig keeps it. Nothing there again.
And I see another single digit. It starts and ends with a 4.
Urban started it. His friend Freeman Coleman helped clean up.
We are in the
look at Wisdom.
Last
17.
part of the second quarter here at Millard North on the day. 13 carries, 31 yards. That's a number that they certainly would like to improve on the average for the year, averaging 270 yards per game.
You know, there's no panic in this staff.
No.
They've seen this before. You know, they'll stay with it, and then all of a sudden they pop one.
Cray back, he'll throw out to the right. Look at Bass again. Bass in space. Breaks one tackle. Held up just long enough to let his friends get there.
Yeah, you better have people going to the football because you get him one-on-one, and more than likely he is going to beat that one-on-one coverage. He got tied up that time with Tony Gardner out there on that right corner, but enough coverage came over, enough pursuit came over to help out just in time on him.
I think the best asset that Devin Bass possesses is probably his endurance. He's in phenomenal shape. He plays the last play of the game like he plays the first play. He is in phenomenal physical shape.
4 wideouts. In motion goes Bergmeyer. Acre up top again. This one pulled in. Another first down. A nice gain by Millard North as Acre begins to warm up.
I tell you, Coach Petito's showing that he's not afraid to change it up. This is not what he would choose to do. This is what he sees is going to work, and he's got single matchups. You get 8, 9 guys in the box. You got to take some chances out here on the edge throwing the football.
Interesting that through the course of the year, they've averaged about 52 yards a game passing, a total of 630 yards passing total for Millard North. And they've seen that if they're going to get the job done on the field, they're going to have to loosen up what's going on up in front and throw the football a little more, and that's what they're doing.
Eric Christopherson on the catch. First down and 10. Back-to-back first downs for Millard North. They're going up top again. And pulled in. Down the sideline goes Derek Horde for the touchdown.
I tell you what, a lot of people question Coach Petito's switch at quarterback from Erickson to Acre, and I think this was the difference. He gives you big playability in the passing game, and look at this accuracy. Horde goes and gets it. Collins, tough skill to teach, playing a ball in the air defensively.
Absolutely.
Couldn't make the play.
The thing about it is you want to get mismatches in coverage. They had it right there as Collins you could see the difference visually in the coverage right there.
47-yard touchdown grab by Horde.
Couldn't get up the ladder to make the play. Touchdown. And now will the extra point be good?
Andrew Bain in, and Bain banks it through for the extra point.
Take a look at the replay here. This is just good pitch and catch. You got a single matchup out there, my guy against your guy. Right here, the deuce wins. And, the camera kept panning to both sidelines, and both these coaches, just so much experience and so much confidence in what they do. I don't think we saw Coach Petito blink. You didn't know what the score was. 17-0. He's just going to keep coming.
Sure. Horde at 6'2" and 180, and Collins at 5'7" and 160. So again, that mismatch is we have
Acre with the touchdown pass, and 17-7 now is coming up at halftime, just 2:33 away. I want to remind everybody we will talk NSAA volleyball and boys tennis championships. We'll also have first half highlights as well as statistics. It's all coming your way at halftime here on NET.
Andy Means, head coach.
He does a heck of a job.
He
I
really
tell you,
does.
I like the way he goes about his business. He doesn't say a whole lot. He's fairly unassuming, just continues to keep his head down and does what they do.
Not happy with the play, but he's just shaking his head. He's got the confidence in the kids. Kind of a silent warrior in a lot of ways, Andy Means.
Got a heck of a staff. I mean, from top to bottom, every assistant just quality individuals. T.J. Martin doing a good job with that offensive and defensive line, and Coach Bond and company.
Janasek kicked deep. Sachs takes it at about the 15, and Sachs tries to spin out of one tackle and drugged down.
They're on 3. Jake Bergemeyer on the tackle. Trey Sachs is limping around a little bit, but I tell you, originally I thought it was a cramp. Something happened, it looked like, with his calf, but he's such a tough guy. Hard to believe he's going to go sit down.
Yeah, it's going to take a bit to get him out of this ball game.
Look at all that. He's just a load back there.
He has really delivered some outstanding hits tonight.
I'm not sure what you were talking about.
He makes you look tall. I've seen him up close. He's ran by me a few times on the sidelines. He is just a terror.
Look at all that. Once again, here goes Headley. Look at all this. Headley outside the 30 to about the 32-yard line, and Millard South has found something there.
Yeah, I think Millard North is going to have to get out of that robber and bring Fisher down into the box to account for the quarterback. He's playing kind of a true free safety and trying to be the alley runner from 8-9 yards off the ball. They might have to walk him up towards the line of scrimmage to eliminate Headley in the running game.
Cole Fisher on the tackle. 2nd down now and 2.
Look at that. That's an eye popper right there.
Sachs gets the carry, kicks it outside, enough for the 1st down. Fisher pulls him down, but not before another 1st down for the Patriots. 1:44 left here in the 1st.
So much for Millard South and their difficulties running the ball here in the playoffs and against Millard North the first time around. They have made a concerted effort to churn this thing out on the ground.
They had negative rushing yards in that first game tonight so far. 173 yards rushing, 63 passing.
Inside now, 1:35 left before the halftime. Headley hands it off, and dropped in the backfield is Collins. Big play defensively by the Millard North corner, Matt Miller.
We knew this going in, a little cat and mouse matchup. In comes free. That's one Headley might wish he had back. That's a keeper right there. That in comes free.
Totally uncovered, totally unblocked on the play.
Loss of 8 on the play brings up 2nd down and 18. Headley gives inside. Nice little dip move by Collins. Collins, nifty, keeps churning. Good gain by Collins. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7. A gain of 11 on the play.
Collins just trying to kick in the afterburner to get going. Could not get that job done, but again, a good, tough, solid run over here on the right side.
Really good
Dipsy-do.
ball handling by Headley. It's a very underappreciated skill when you have a quarterback that can handle the football like that. He's very savvy with the screen game. He's good with the slip draws. Just well coached.
46 seconds left here in this first half of play. Millard North answering on its last drive. The first 17 points by Millard South, followed by the touchdown by Millard North. Want to remind everybody, if you'd like a DVD copy of this or any state high school championship football game, you can give us a call at 800-868-1868 or log on to netnebraska.org. If you call us, make sure to let us know what class and what team you're looking for in the state high school football championship, so we can be sure to get you the correct DVD, as well as volleyball as well. We have plenty of volleyball DVDs from a week and a half ago out in Grand Island. 3rd down and 7. Headley under pressure, dumps the screen pass to Sachs. Sachs cuts it back inside, and Sachs over midfield down to the 47, and that will be enough for a Millard South 1st down.
Boy, that was set up so well by the quarterback, Blake Headley. Took that snap, dropped back, and just kind of dared everybody to come after him, and they did. And then at that last second, he dumps it off.
Look at his timing.
Yeah,
continues to drop, gives himself up. That's the whole key to a screenplay. The double drop, nice timing. And the bigs get out there and move.
Sachs picks up that 1st down.
Great defensive play there by the Millard North Mustangs. Christopherson with a big pop and breaks up the pass.
It's a nice job. You know, Brandon Clark, he's pretty underappreciated for Millard South. He does a good job. Probably their best route runner, and that's saying a lot with Tostenson opposite him. But
don't want to give
Clark a quality wide receiver.
Don't want to give Millard North an opportunity here. 27 seconds left. They just got that touchdown with 2:33 left.
Second down and 10. Go to the air again. Bobbled in the air and dropped right there on the hit. Breaking it up was Cole Fisher.
Just don't want that ball to get into the white shirt's hands. Great defense trying to make that happen.
That's
Millard North defense.
It's a tight window. You see Jansen getting back hooked to curl. You'll see 34 flash, Fisher over the top in the corner trailing. That's a very small window.
Third down and 10, 23 seconds to go here in the first half. To the air again, Headley. He'll go deep downfield. Pulled in and caught and out of bounds. Urban, what a grab. Got the foot down at the 16-yard line. Big completion by the Patriots.
Well, you won't see a better grab anywhere else in the country. Watch this.
And we talked about this. It doesn't matter where you put Urban. He plays it at a high level. Look
He's
at
in
the.
there.
Oh, he got it twice
My.
just for good measure. Right, left.
How in the world did he do that? Amazing.
31-yard gain on the toss from Headley to Urban. Now at the 16 with 16 seconds left.
Oh, a chip shot for Fickle if you don't get anything else.
Crossing pattern wide open, got him inside the 4. It's Urban again.
And it's a first down.
And understand, he's a running back by trade. He does whatever he's asked to do. Just a good football player.
Patriots still with 1 timeout left, and they'll take it here. So great completion from Headley to Urban. Inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. It'll bring up first down and goal to go from the 4 with just 11 seconds left and a Patriot timeout. No more timeouts left, guys. So if you run, you better be, well, you may have a tough time getting another play off if you decide to run it. The pass.
I don't think they're thinking run here. We'll see, but you maybe like to get 2 plays off in 11 seconds. You can do that quick out.
Little pet play that Millard South has. They'll do a little rub route where the inside guy will run the wheel and the #1 receiver will run the slant. Little pick play, and they like to run it to the field. We'll see. And here they are with the formation. They've got, and look at Tostenson with the great big split down here, giving himself some working room. Cannot allow inside release here.
Devin Bass on the coverage with Tostenson.
Watch the corner route by the inside receiver and a slant by Tostenson.
Headley looking toward Collins, and Collins out of his break a little late, a little mistiming between Headley and Collins. That'll bring up second down and 4 with 8 seconds. So just 3 ticking off the clock.
Joel Fickle was warming up over there on the sidelines. We had a shot him on the sidelines, but what are they going to do here? They're going to go.
This ball you cannot be tackled in the field of play. This has either got to be touchdown or incomplete here for Millard South.
Headley drops back. Headley over the middle, nearly picked off. Right through the hands of the Millard North defender.
That's a 3-point drop too right now, because inside this distance, Fickle is Mr. Automatic, and wishing they had that one back.
He was trying to get the ball into Tony Gardner, and Gardner just got sealed off in the route. There were 2 defenders, 2 Millard North defenders right in front.
Coach Chavez dialing up a blitz, was not going to let Headley stand back there and survey the field.
So 5 seconds to go here in the first half, and to try the field goal. It is up and good, and another 21-yard field goal by Joel Fickle. So 2 21-yarders from Fickle and 2 touchdowns have given the Patriots a 20-7 lead here in the Class A state championship. 1 second left in the first half. Well, of course, this is the 3rd of 3 games today in the NSAA football championships. 3 more coming your way tomorrow. We begin things tomorrow morning in Class C2. Hastings St. Cecilia takes on Archbishop Bergen. That's tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And then C1 at 2:30, Norfolk Catholic and Pierce. That's always a great battle between 2 Northeast Nebraska powers. And then we close it out in Class B, Crete and Elkhorn. All 3 of those state championships coming your way tomorrow on NET. Kevin Kugler will have the call along with Matt Davison, Adrian Fiala. Yours truly will be enjoying the weather on the sideline tomorrow.
I tell you, that's a great answer. If you're Millard South, you showed a little moxie and some poise, able to come down and get you 3. And with this kind of offense, that 2 minutes and 33 seconds was an eternity. You see them; they took their time, they ran the ball a little bit, got the big pass completion down there to Urban. And Coach Petito, I'm sure, knowing him a little bit, I'm sure he's thinking, hey, my guys are in position to make plays. We'll come out, shake it off here over at halftime, and come out and make these plays. These are one-on-one matchups out there. That's just the way you play football. The guy's almost unflappable over there. I'm talking to Nick Fela.
So 1 second left, and Joel Fickle and the kick coverage team out there to boot it away. They were looking over at the sideline.
This ball is not going deep. I'll tell you that.
A hard shot right through the middle, right there. The onside kick, if you will, just so that no one had an opportunity to return it. That was the key. And time expires in the first half. So Millard South with the answer to Millard North's touchdown, and the Patriots on top as we head to the halftime locker room. 20-7, Millard South. And a great first half by the quarterback for Millard South, Blake Headley. Headley, 5 carries, 134 yards rushing, and 1 touchdown. And also, through the air, Headley 8 of 16 for 114 yards. Let's go down to the field to John Bishop.
Coach, only one other team this season has scored this many points this season against Millard North. You have to be happy with 20 points at halftime.
Well, I'm happy with the way we're running the football. We're getting some open lanes, and we've just got to keep it up. They're obviously a great team, and we got to make sure we play great defense. We had to break down on the pass, but our kids answered with the field goals. I'm proud of them so far.
Why the difference in the run game versus the last meeting?
Just some things we're doing differently.
And a little wink. I think he knows what's going on. Good luck, Coach.
That's right. So we are at halftime of the Class A state championship. The Patriots on top of the Mustangs. It's 20-7 at Memorial Stadium.
I just wanna be okay, be okay, be okay. I just wanna be okay today. I just wanna be okay, be okay, be okay. I just wanna be okay today. I just wanna feel today, feel today, feel today. I just wanna feel something today. I just wanna be okay, be okay, be okay. I just wanna be okay today.
Always there when the day begins. And we exist to generate your power, deliver it safely, and answer your call. We are always there through snow and storm. We reconnect lives and make things brighter for your family and ours. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
Billboard's top world music artist, Celtic Thunder, returns with their all-new dazzling special, Celtic Thunder Christmas.
Sunday, November 28th at 8:30 Central on NET1 and NET HD. Plus, tune in to find out how you can meet the members of Celtic Thunder.
NET Sports coverage of the 2010 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by U.S. Bank, committed to customer service through performance, products, and people. U.S. Bank, proud sponsor of high school athletics on NET, member FDIC. By Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. one less thing to worry about. And by Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. To Memorial Stadium, we are at halftime of the Class A state championship game, a battle of the Millards, north and south, and the Patriots on top, 20-7. Joining me now is Associate Director of the NSAA, Deb Velder. Deb, as always, thanks for joining us. Good to see you. The boys' tennis this year, boy, what a change a year makes. They had so much better weather this year.
It was fantastic. I don't think you could have scripted better weather than we had to deal with this year.
And so recently you have gone with districts to determine seating for Class B. We'll see that in Class A anytime soon?
The Class A schools have not expressed any interest, and generally any changes are proposed by our member schools. Until they make the change, we'll continue doing what we're doing.
Have you heard of interest from anybody in Class A in doing that?
No, in fact, they tend to shy away from it. They don't even want to talk about it.
So here's a look at some highlights from the boys state tennis meet. Talk a little bit about how things went this year.
Everything went very well. In fact, we have been very complimentary of our schools in both Class A and B this year. The sportsmanship was exemplary. We did not have to deal with any issues at all, and that's always a tribute to our schools and players.
So great weather, a great championship, great athletics, and great sportsmanship as well. Always good to see. Let's take a look at the results from the 2010 NSAA Boys Tennis Championships. You see Creighton Prep winning it in Class A. And in Class B, it was Adams Central taking home the state title. Now let's talk about volleyball. And I know this is a big change for volleyball this year as the entire volleyball tournament moved out to Grand Island.
Yes, Grand Island and Hastings, and both communities really rolled out the red carpet. They made the teams feel welcome and special, and the facilities just added to the flair. And the teams were really excited because they were the center of attention for all 3 days in those communities.
I don't think I've seen so many volunteers in my life.
Oh, they really come out full force, not only for volleyball, but we're also out there for golf and for softball. And those communities want to help, and they want to make everyone feel a special part of the event.
Any challenges that you faced in changing venues after 29 years?
No, actually, it involved a few more meetings logistically and meeting with the people, but the people were up to the challenge. And like I say, they took the challenge, they received it, they set up a great tournament, and they aced it.
That's very good. So any impressions of the Heartland Event Center? I know the championships, the day went very well with great volleyball. What kind of response are you hearing about the Heartland Event Center?
Very positive comments about the event center, not only the facilities, but the staff and the people working it. Prior to them submitting a bid, we were able to go out and observe a triple header with the Grand Island teams in that facility, and just to kind of see what kind of bugs or things that needed to be worked out. And they stepped up to the challenge, and we had no complaints at all.
Here's a look at the results in Class A. We had an undefeated team for the first time since 1972. Marion did it in 72. Papillion La Vista South goes wire-to-wire unbeaten, #1, wins the state championship. And by the way, they beat Marion to do it. Omaha Gross Catholic wins in Class B. GICC also finished an unbeaten season, winning a state title in C2. It was Lutheran High of Northeast. Nebraska, Exeter, Milligan in D1, and in Class D2, it was Lawrence Nelson. So all in all, a terrific state volleyball tournament.
Great tournament. We couldn't be more pleased, and we're excited to go back out next year.
Deb Velder, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
You bet. Always a pleasure.
Associate Director of the NSAA, Deb Velder. We are at halftime of the Class A state championship battle. Millard South on top of Millard North, 20-7.
Hey, college doesn't just happen. There's a few things you need to do to find the school that's the right fit for you.
Yeah, like thinking about your career interests and then researching colleges that fit those interests.
And going to college fairs and talking with college representatives that visit your school.
And most importantly, you should visit the schools that interest you. After all, you wouldn't buy a pair of shoes without trying them on first, would you?
You know, many years ago when I was about 8 years old, I got the opportunity to watch a box turtle behind my house lay her eggs. And watching that turtle go through all that effort, that just piqued my curiosity, and I wanted to learn more and read more. My entire job is science. I want children to get connected with science and utilize the technology and the engineering abilities, because each one of us has the ability to change the world.
To find out what you can do to inspire a young person, visit connectamillionminds.com.
A diesel-powered engine on a farm works hard and operates in a grueling environment. Soy biodiesel fuels stand up to the challenge of powering farm equipment, but are also renewable and environmentally responsible as well. The Nebraska Soybean Board is committed to encouraging the use of soy biodiesel to protect the environment and sustain Nebraska's agriculture. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff, growing opportunity from the ground up.
This is NET Television.
Along with Adrian Fiala, I'm Kevin Kugler. The next Big Red Wrap-Up is on Wednesday.
And Kevin will recap Nebraska's game with A&M, and our special guest will be former Husker and receiver analyst Matt Davison.
Don't forget the Wrap-Up is on Wednesday, right here on NET, Nebraska's home for sports.
We're back at Memorial Stadium, halftime of the Class A state championship. Patriots on top of the Mustangs 20-7 at the half, and really a very well played game by both of these teams. Millard South, especially early on, guys, came out and took control of the offensive line, and I think we saw a very inspired play from both of these teams, especially Millard South.
Yeah, absolutely, especially defensively, where I think that was kind of supposed to be where the chink in their armor was, and they came out and looked forward to making a statement, and they're doing it with that defensive line. They're rolling 6-7 guys in, just getting after it.
And Millard North really wanted to take them out of their rhythm. That did not happen, as we see here. We'll see these highlights coming up here. This is Millard North on offense, but Millard South's defense really played very, very well.
A touchdown here to Derek Horde, which got Millard North back into the game, but really, guys, that first half kind of belonged to Millard South. The Patriots,
just like that right there, as we see, that was number 53, Freeman Coleman, making the hit. He was a fixture in that line of scrimmage.
And there's the difference.
That guy went nuts, didn't he?
Yeah.
Blake Headley, 134 yards rushing in the first half.
I tell you, and that was kind of the wink that we saw Coach Means give at halftime, where, I mean, that's the difference, because like we were saying, if you watch the film, that's not the tendency you got from Millard South, that Headley was going to hurt you with his legs. And as we take a look at these stats, it's Millard South all day, all the time.
The number is going to jump at you right there. Is that 32, or check it, 32 yards rushing by Millard North. That's just incredible as far as what you would expect to have happen, because this is a team that really runs the ball very, very well, and to have them shut down like that at 32, pretty incredible. And also to give up what they did on offense is another incredible number. So it really is pretty amazing how this game, what we expected, really didn't go the way we thought.
Yeah, and the thing about it is Millard North has kind of been here before. They're used to winning in a fashion that might be unesthetically pleasing, and so they'll stay the course and see if Millard South can hang in there for another 2 quarters.
And you think Coach Means then put in a lot of carries for Headley to really counteract it? It's been effective.
Yeah, a lot of times he did. And Cole Fisher would run free, filling in the run game, but just not expecting Headley to have the football.
And they were getting it over to the backside most of the time too, Damon. So they were not expecting that to happen. And I don't think they expected that Millard South defensive line to play as well as they have played. They are really playing extremely well at the point of attack.
They're deep and they're talented, and we saw them at Omaha Northwest up close and personal. That is a good defensive line.
So we are at halftime of the Class A championship. Millard South on top of Millard North. It's 20-7 in Lincoln.
Programming on NET Television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. Across Nebraska, the nation, and everywhere in between, U.S. Bank provides financial, trust, and investment services to individuals, large corporations, and small businesses. Wherever you go, whether it's in person, on the phone, or on the World Wide Web, you'll find U.S. Bank. You'll find more than 50,000 U.S. bankers, home of the 5-star service guarantee.
Farmers rely on it. Businesses depend on it. Families trust it. It is public power. And at NPPD, we know Nebraskans don't take it for granted. That's why every dollar is reinvested into the system. The power plants, transmission lines, and utility employees. that delivers safe and reliable electricity to you. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility.
What inspired me to pursue a career in technology was the fact that I have kids. We need the internet. They wouldn't be able to do any of their research without it. It's really important for our children to think science and technology is important. I believe that all kids should look towards technology because that's where the world is going. Get involved in all of the science activities because all of that experience can lead you a long way.
To find out what you can do to inspire a young person, visit connectamillionminds.com.
You've wanted a guide that tells you about upcoming shows on NET television and radio. Well, we've listened. And if you want to know about new programs, member events, and more, make a $30 gift to NET. We'll thank you with a monthly subscription to NET Now, your guide to all things NET.
Terrific moon over Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska for the NSAA Class A state championship. Millard North taking the field. They trail it 20-7 against the Millard South Patriots. Millard North with a big drive late in that second quarter to get points on the board and cut the lead to 17-7, but the Patriots marched the length and tacked on a field goal to make it 20-7.
I think one thing that the Millard North team needs to do, obviously, is really improve the play up front with their offensive line, because Millard South's defensive line is really dominated up front. As we heard from head coach Andy Means, their line has really done an excellent job up front, and they have. So I think their offensive line will really need to step it up here in the second half, make it work on their offense. And once their offense gets going, Damon, you've seen them a lot. Once they get going, they're tough to stop.
So it's 20-7, and down on the field is John Bishop. He has the head coach of the Millard North Mustangs standing by. It's Fred Petito.
Coach, is it simple to say that just Headley keeping the ball has been the difference and the reason why they've been able to run so well against you?
Yeah, been pretty undisciplined defensively. That's how he got out on us, and hopefully we got that corrected.
How can you make up the 13 points?
Well, we just got to go ahead and play by play. Okay, we can't panic. We got to go ahead and start winning the line of scrimmage a little bit more, and just have patience and get some stops. Okay, we've been in this situation before. We won't panic.
All right, good luck.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, John. Damon, you've known Coach Petito for a while. I have a feeling that that's not the same demeanor that he had maybe 5 minutes ago in the locker room.
No, we talked a little bit off camera. I almost said verbatim what he'd be saying. He has been here before.
Yeah.
They have played this way before in first halves this season and won the second halves. That's kind of where they've made their hay.
Yep.
And he's got to come back and do it again. They were fortunate to come back and beat a very good Burke team.
That's right.
By playing a good last minute and 30 seconds in the semifinals. So if they could take it down to the wire against Omaha Burke, they're not ready to hit panic with a full 2 quarters to go against Millard South.
Well, Fred Petito's been around a long time in terms of coaching, and he knows how this goes and how it works, and he's not going to panic, and he will try to relay that to his kids. We all know there's a lot of time in a football game, time to make it work. He will try to make it work in the second half.
One thing I think is interesting in this chess match that we're seeing is Millard South has rotated their defensive line. We see them play as many as 8 defensive linemen, and so maybe that's part of the strategy, and knowing that Millard North usually wears teams down late. Millard South trying to keep that D-line fresh by playing a lot of bodies.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
We're back at Memorial Stadium. 20-7 is your score at the half. About ready to kick things off in the third quarter. Reminder, the first half, the toss was won by Millard North. The Mustangs chose to defer, so Millard South took the ball, which means here to start this third quarter, a very important possession to start it off for the Millard North Mustangs.
I think this one will tell you a lot about how the second half is going to go. I know that offensive line of Millard North was challenged in the locker room, and they usually do a good job of responding. It just so happens that normally a team like Millard South isn't on the other end starting second halves.
Yeah, they're no slouch when it comes to that also. Right. No doubt about that. So they will have something to say about how that all goes. And you see Collins right there. Eddie Collins trying to keep that foot loose and mobile, and he was injured on the very first play of the ball game, and trying to keep this thing under control.
You mentioned, go ahead, Dave.
It almost seems like that's a cramp. You know, he's getting that, or a pull in the calf. I don't know. He just seems
tight hammy.
That's a lot of stretching they got to do to get in those muscles, because he's one great big ball of humanity. So it's a lot of stretching that's got to go on with that young man. One of the nicest guys for a tough guy in the Metro. Had the chance to talk to him before we played in their football game, and I've watched him for the last couple of years, and just very cordial and polite. It's hard to believe he just knocks as many folks as he does out there during the course of a game.
Well, they're both hanging in there tough. They're both big-time players for Millard South. Collins and Trey Sachs, both of them fighting to stay in this football game and fighting to compete, fighting to produce. These guys have they're small in stature, but big hearts.
There's Devin Bass deep to return, along with Nick Bellis. 21 and 11 back for the Millard North Mustangs. There's a look at Joel Fickle. Fickle, the 6'3" senior, to kick it away for the Patriots. Ready to get underway here in the third quarter of the Class A state championship between the Patriots and the Mustangs. And Fickle kicks it deep, right at the goal line. And one step in by Devin Bass.
The great neutralizer. It really limits your return game when you got a hammer that puts it in the end zone, especially at the high school level. You don't see it very often, but this was an unusual year in the Metro where you had a couple of 2-3 kickers with some big feet out there to get those in the end zone.
Yeah, and again, for those of you not familiar, once that ball crosses the plane on the kickoff into the goal line, or you catch it in the end zone, it's dead. It comes out to the 20.
Acre back in there at quarterback. Bailey is behind him. Keeper by Acre. Acre's got some room. Acre in a foot race. Collins from behind. Acre keeps his feet. Acre with a nice gain to open up this second half.
Seen this a time or two. You remember I told you the difference between Acre and some other Millard North quarterbacks is Acre had a tendency to not want to hit it up inside in between the tackles. The one adjustment they made right off the bat, in between the tackles. Going to keep Millard South honest.
You saw that play work because Eddie Collins came in a little bit too quick, a little bit too far to the inside, overran the play instead of getting squared up to the hole. But then he had the great presence of mind to turn around and chase and finally bring him down. But boy, it took him out of that deep hole, that long field, put him now in the short field.
43-yard gain for Acre. First down and 10 from the 37, and a flag on the play.
Have to go back and look at that. You know, the new wrinkle is Millard North goes back to incorporating a little bit of midline where they're reading that 3 technique. It gets really tough on your defensive front.
Fred Petito explaining what the call should have been.
Diplomat.
That's right. Explaining what the call should have been.
Asking him if he's sure. That's what he's saying. Hey, are you sure?
So first down and 15 now for the Mustangs. McCray under center. Bailey in the backfield with him. Gives to Bailey. Bailey along the left side and drugged down by Tostenson.
Oh, that's
nice
a great tackle.
Tried to get him with a stiff arm.
To teach those backs, you want to throw it like a jab. You don't want to put it out there lazy where that arm can be grabbed. You take a look at the replay here. Bailey's a load in the open field, so you want to throw it like a jab. A quick punch. You don't want to just flick it out there.
As a defender, if they don't come at you with enough power and force, you can use, and you saw it there, you use that arm as a lever, and it makes your job just a tad bit easier.
Bellis, Bailey in the backfield. McCray takes the give, keeps it around the right side, has room again. And McCray inside the 30. Down to about the 28. He'll make it 29. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for Millard North.
Right side of that line, blocking extremely well. You see 64 Christopher McCann on the block right there. Wheeler.
Back to the run game, to the flex or to the open side. Guys got on the chalkboard here at halftime. Millard South may be tough to tell for some of our viewers at home, but really changed up the blocking schemes up front.
Give to Bailey. Bailey bangs off one tackle inside the 25-yard line, and that's enough for a Mustang first down.
Boy, Millard North going with the quick snaps and not wasting any time either up front there. The ball handling and ball deception extremely good here in the early going. Move the chains one more time, first down.
Looks like he did an hour and 15 minutes ago, doesn't he?
That's right.
Oh, he's been here before.
Bellis, Bailey in the backfield. McCray keeps it in the belly, and McCray pulls it out, and McCray inside the 15. Down to the 14, close to another first down.
Let's see, a tandem run there for about 2 yards, so it's 1 yard to Bellis, 1 yard to McCray, and the rest of it, watch this. Nobody's going to give it up, kind of hidden behind there. Nobody knows what's going on. He breaks loose, and they both have it right there.
See, Millard North usually teaches the high handoff for those fullbacks so they can't take the ball from the quarterback. There leaves very little room for confusion there. One of the few schools that does that.
So the carry by McCray inside the 15. That's enough for a first down. So first down and 10. They'll call it the 14-yard line. McCray the toss to Bass. Nifty move right down the sideline, and a late flag comes in, and it could be a face mask.
Pretty interesting set of events here as this third quarter unfolds. Early going here, and Millard North has taken possession of the game here.
How sudden is Devin Bass? This ball is 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but his ability to stop and start, he's as explosive as anybody. Whoa. He's as explosive as anybody in the first 10 yards. He gets to where he's going and leaves you very little doubt on where he's headed. It's north and south.
So it will be first and goal for the Mustangs as they mark off half the distance on the personal foul.
5-yard face mask on the defense. First
Actually,
down.
just called it a face mask, no personal foul.
First and goal here.
And Coach Andy Means still under control on the outside.
Devin Bass in the backfield. The toss out to Bass. Bass tries the corner, drives to the end zone. Bass, touchdown, Millard North.
And just like that, boy, you know, there are several coaches around the state that have seen this script before. You know, they punch and counterpunch and punch and counterpunch, and they come out at the half, and it's almost like they're a completely different football team as we take a look at the toss here to Bass. And, you know, for a guy that's as elusive and shifty as he is, he gets downhill, right? Very little doubt.
Extra point on its way, and good. Millard North comes out of the halftime locker room and marches 80 yards down the field on the strength of a 37-yard run by McCray and the touchdown.
How about Bellis out there just handling his DB out there on the edge? Not a great big guy, but extremely tough.
Tough Millard South on Millard South. They took the long field in Millard North and put it away to start it out here, and that's just a great sign of where things may go for them.
Yeah,
so you keep that momentum going, and that's what Fred Petito wanted to do, is to get them out of their rhythm, get back into their rhythm, and get momentum on their side. They have done that here to start the second half.
And the senior leadership of Headley will be tested here. He's a guy that's not going to panic. He'll keep him in it with his moxie as well.
You certainly have many options to gather information, but when it comes to in-depth, thoughtful reporting on Nebraska news, your best option is NET News. Watch, stream, listen. Stay informed with NET News at netnebraska.org/news. So a great answer out of the halftime locker room by the Mustangs. McCray now with 7 carries, 87 yards in the game.
Let's see if we know what we're talking about. We thought that first possession would tell us a lot about the direction of this second half.
Janasek now to kick it deep. High end-over-end kick taken by Collins. Collins with room up the middle. Collins has speed to burn. Collins gets to the outside, makes a couple of moves over midfield. A little dance movement inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line. A terrific return by Eddie Collins.
So he's put it away 5 times on kick returns this year for touchdowns. Trying to make it number 6 right here as you see him heading upfield here. Trey Sachs, a good block right there. And now he's just going to use that speed to burn. He's going to stop and start, stop and start. We'll do it again here and try to get them to commit one way or the other. And finally goes out of bounds right about the 47 of Millard North.
Now let's see if there were any adjustments made here defensively and offensively for that matter.
All but 60 yards for Millard South going through Headley. Headley tosses to the outside, and this will come back.
Uh-oh.
Over the bench and into the fence.
Oh, that did not look good.
I think he's all right, though.
Right back to his feet.
He's fine.
When I say he's a tough guy, he's a tough guy. Left a few bodies lying in his way during the course of his high school career. Tough kid.
So Urban's carry will come back. Holding called against Millard South. One more look.
Guys, you can see on the replay, he took the bench in just the right angle. He didn't try to jump over it. He kind of came in from the side, knocked it over. He's perfectly fine. Had no problems getting up. In fact, his only problem was he got his shoe stuck in the bottom of the chain link fence. But he's okay. Unfortunately, for Millard South, that play's coming back.
Indeed it will. They'll be back on the other side of the 50. They started in Millard North territory. They're back in their territory now.
So they will march off 10 yards. That'll bring up first down and 20.
Interesting to see what sport Urban plays at the next level. He's an equally adept baseball player as well. He can turn a fastball around in a hurry. A lot of talent on the field tonight, obviously, with these two teams making it to the finals.
Headley back into the shotgun. Urban in the backfield with him. And another flag thrown. And once again, looks like we could have
Nick Marchese jumped at the top over there, defensive end.
Encroachment on the defense. First down.
Just a sophomore, 6'2", 220. It's unusual, is it not, Damon, for sophomores, freshman sophomores to play for Fred? Usually you.
Yeah, it's very rare.
Yeah.
Especially defensively.
Give to Urban. Urban spins out of the tackle. Cole Fisher got just enough of him to knock him off his feet.
Good thing he did, because there was some space beyond that.
They've got really good timing with that delay here. It's like lead draw action or sprint draw, but out of the gun. Just a little bit of a delay, and then it's just hitting it.
Second down and 11 after the gain of 9. Headley brought down from behind. Look at the adjustment already on Headley's first carry.
Welcome back. I'll tell you that Mustangs have missed this guy. Wheeler's got the bad ankle. Couldn't help him throughout the playoffs, but he's making his presence felt tonight.
Senior right here wraps it up.
He's a good football player.
6'4", 210, moves well.
How about the footwork? Like a power forward.
Said 210, he's actually 240.
Back to pass under pressure again. Gets out of that first, throws it downfield. Good coverage. Downfield incomplete. And Millard South is forced to punt it away.
Millard North showing excellent pressure that time as Headley trying to get outside. He almost ran himself right into the tackle, but able to get away from that and then take a shot downfield, but basically kind of throwing the ball away.
Kyle Duran to kick it away. Devin Bass back deep.
You can tie this one up in a hurry. He gets a low liner.
Bass spins out of one, out to about the 30-yard line. A good return for Devin Bass, 20-14. Millard North with a chance to take the lead on this drive. Well, this is NET, the home of NET Television, NET Radio, and NET online services for all of Nebraska. NET is on the go with you. Watch, listen, and learn at home, on your computer, on your phone, or in your car. NET is ready when you are. There are more ways than ever to enjoy NET, more convenience, more channels, more choices. NET, the place for excellent programming for everyone, everywhere. Good to have you with us tonight, along with Adrian Fiala, Damon Benning. I'm Larry Putney. John Bishop down on the field covering all of the action of this 2010 NSAA state championships. Class A between Millard North and Millard South.
It's a championship prize fight. Just talent all over the place, and two teams that don't like each other very much, playing extremely hard.
Acre now back under center. The give up the middle, grinding it out, and still moving forward is Chris Bailey. Bailey!
I believe it was a fumble.
Bergmeyer came out with it. Bailey had the handoff. Bergmeyer came up with it. Let's look one more time.
Ripped out of there. Well, he might have been down.
I'm sure he was, the way that action went.
No instant replay at the high school level. They'll tack on the yardage. Fortuitous. Yeah, that's Coach Patino. I'll take it.
So Bergmeyer with the carry out to the 50.
Oh, goodness.
Bailey in the backfield along with Bellis. Acre keeps it. Acre spins down to the 45. Gain of 5. And all of a sudden, Millard North with life.
A little twist stunt by Millard South.
Yeah, trying to stunt those backers up inside there, Damon, no doubt about that. And trying to shut down that dive play. They did that, but Acre just pulls it out and goes.
I'll tell you, I'm really impressed with Bellis's ability to handle himself out there on the edge. He's a slight guy, but he proves that the game is played with toughness, not stature.
Nick Bellis, 5'9", 185 senior. Acre drops back.
Him.
Wide open down the field. Caught. Bass. Touchdown.
Boy,
Millard North.
I tell you,
45 yards.
I apologize for cutting you off, but holy moly, that was a move. A little stutter step, fake the slant and go. And how about Acre? Throw it, young man, throw it.
Well,
on the money.
For a team not known for its passing stats, they have really come up tonight and pitched the ball very, very well. Tony Gardner on the coverage, and he was unfortunate on the coverage because those moves just kind of stopped him in his tracks.
And he's an outstanding, he's an outstanding corner. But I tell you what, we've seen this before. Just playmakers making plays. We talked earlier in the open. He's 16 yards per touch. That average will only go up after tonight.
Well, Millard North took a lot of, I guess, a heavy dose of inspiration in the halftime, and nearly are now up by a point. It's good on the John Bishop.
Folks, if you're at home watching a game on TV or on your computer on NET Sports, do yourself a favor, go to YouTube and then type in Devin Bass 2010. You're going to see a highlight film lasts about 6 minutes long. You see a lot of plays just like that, even more explosive. All the things that Damon and the guys have been talking about this young man and what he is able to do. I watched that before the game. It's very impressive, and as you saw there, he has the type of athleticism that can be a difference maker here in the second half. And just like that, guys, this felt like a Patriot win all over, and now Mustangs up by 1, and it took half a quarter to get there.
Well, those first 5 minutes, we saw what Millard North intended to do, and they have now followed it up where way past the halfway point in the third quarter, 5:50 left here, and they just put up another score. So not only did they come out and show what they intended to do, they are now doing it.
I think the one thing that makes Bass different from a lot of other quick guys in the Metro, he has the ability to put one foot in the ground and go. He's a plant and go guy. And most guys like to be the 2-foot gatherer type.
Collins again spins away from one tackle, bounces off of another, gets back to about the 18, but nice coverage by Millard North.
Be interesting to watch Coach Means and his staff's plan of attack. Just how patient they'll be offensively. They got to find a way to stem the tide here a little bit, and they've been able to do it with the running game. You got your two best players, I think, have to touch the football here on this drive. It's got to be either number 4 or number 82 have got to get their fair share of touches here.
Yeah, and the other thing is they need to get that off their defensive line back to the mode that they were in the first half, because they really played some excellent footballs. We heard from Coach Means and even Coach Petito, but offensively now they're pressing.
So Millard South with the ball, trailing for the first time in the Wildcat. Urban snapped directly to him, gives off to Sachs. Sachs with some room around that right side. The wrinkle from Millard South turns into a big gain for Trey Sachs.
Isn't that something?
Just flying down that far side.
Okay, so here's my punch, here's my counter punch. You've struggled with the run game when the guy that gets the snap has the ball. Let me give the guy that gets the ball out of the snap, make him a runner. Here's the give to Sachs. Millard North is going to have to adjust quickly. You've got to get number 24, Cole Fisher, in the run support game here if Millard South is going to force you to play 11 on 11.
Urban back in the shotgun with that Wildcat look again. Urban keeps it himself this time, breaks the tackle, puts his head down, goes right into Fisher, and another nice gain by Millard South.
Playing with a vengeance to get it back as Urban really locked up on the right side. I thought he was going to be locked down right back towards the middle of the line of scrimmage. Watch this, locked up there, no luck. Thought he was locked down right there. Nope, he's going to run out of that, keep going, and head upfield. That's just a tough run by Urban, Quentin Urban.
It's got to be a treat to watch for our fans at home. It's hard to appreciate the talent that's out here in the cat and mouse games going back and forth between each staff member.
Urban gives it to Sachs. Sachs bowls forward, tackled by Landon Arnold. Arnold drags him down out near a first down.
Well, you put the pressure on that Millard North defense when you've got Urban back there and Sachs. You throw in Eddie Collins for good measure.
And
you've got some great opportunities.
A converted fullback from a year ago.
Right.
Took one for the team and ate his way into a 3-point stance to give himself a chance to help the Mustangs out this year.
Not good news there as Sachs limps off the field. Back in the Wildcat again, looking for a first down and comes up short.
There's that guy again. I tell you, I'm fortunate enough to be pretty good friends with him and his family. Really took one for the team and wasn't so sure that he wanted to make the switch to offensive and defensive line. He was used to carrying the football and removing guys as a lead blocker. Really unselfish to help his team out make this run.
Millard South's going to call timeout, and he means
it's a big down.
Checking that call, it is a big down.
Nicholson on that last carry, and Nicholson into the game because of the injuries to not only Sachs, but Collins has been slowed as well. So next Tuesday on NAT television, please follow the 2006 Husker volleyball team on its journey to winning the 2006 national championship in front of a sold-out crowd up in Omaha. Remember the victory and learn the history behind the nation's premier women's volleyball program as NET television presents Nebraska volleyball. Dream like a champion. It's next Tuesday night, November 30th at 8 Central, here on NET1 and NET HD. So Nicholson, Eric Nicholson, the senior fullback, 5'11", 175.
Really unfortunate if you're a Millard South fan. You're missing a lot of key cogs, especially in the running game between Sachs and Collins.
Back in that shotgun is Urban on fourth down. They'll go, give up the middle. Sachs piled up.
Short. That's
he didn't get it.
A stop.
He just could not explode as he normally does when he runs the football, and he's limping off right now. It just wasn't going to happen off that bum leg he's got.
Yeah, he's not going to quit, though. And nor Millard South. They've got to find a way to get a stop here and keep your composure. Millard North has made the adjustment up front with how they want to block Millard North defensively.
Well, Millard North's got an opportunity right here to put a big stamp on this game if they can just move it upfield as they have the last 2 times they've had the football. It'll go a long ways in putting their mark on this game.
So after the failed 4th down conversion, Millard North with the ball for the first time of the game with the lead. They're on top 21-10. The keeper.
I'm telling you guys.
Cray. 15-10 and shoved out of bounds down to the 10-yard line.
I can't even put into words how they have adjusted up front. He knows that he's seen every defensive front you can throw at him, and watch him, just the quarterback follow me. Collins again overruns it. Cray with the crease.
Yeah, 2 people, Millard South, they had 2 people up front taking the fake. Collins, just that angle not good for Collins, as you said, Damon, and we saw that before. The long run that O'Cray had that previous time, and well, there it is right there. They're relentless right now. This is the Millard North team we're used to seeing.
I tell you, 2 years, my first 2 years at Burke, I watched this happen. We had great success against them in the first half, and in the second half, they come out and they adjust. He's seen every front there is.
52-yard gain on the last carry by Isaac Acray. Acray now with 143 yards on the ground, 9 carries, and has taken over the rushing lead over Blake Headley, who had that outstanding first half.
You have got to whip them at the point of attack. Their surge, they get going, and it's just tough to stop. And now I see they're starting to feel real good about what they're doing, and that makes them doubly dangerous, because when you combine a positive thought process with talent, it gets hectic out there.
2nd down and goal to go from the 6-yard line. Empty backfield with Acray. And Acray, a timeout called by Millard North.
Well, Adrian, it's interesting. You listen to Coach Petito coming out at the half, and you're thinking, this guy can't be for real. They're down 13 to an offensive juggernaut. You haven't really played well, and he didn't skip a beat, just as calm and composed as could be. And I love when he answers you with the rhetorical, okay? He wants to make sure that you understand that he understands.
Saturday night at 6:30 Central, Nebraska Stories meets with former football players to talk about the Husker walk-on program. Plus, see a story on the Nebraska Sandhills Cranes at a forest located in the middle of Omaha. Watch Nebraska Stories Saturday night at 6:30 Central on NET1 and NET HD. Nebraska Stories, always a terrific show on NET.
Just like this story going on right here with Millard South pretty much in control of the football game up to the first half, and now it has all been Millard North since then.
Momentum is such a big part of sports, especially the younger you are. These guys are still in high school. The mental portion of the game is so important.
2:54 left here in the 3rd quarter. Acray tosses it to Bass. Bass down inside the 5 to the 2-yard line.
Boy, he had a full head of steam to take it on in, and a good job by Nick Reagan to make the stop on Bass right here. Watch him. He's going full bore right here, and number 5 right there, Reagan's going to come up, take it right in the chest, but stop him, knock him down just inside the 1-yard line.
Well, this one is not for the faint of heart. There is some physical football being played, and both these teams, as talented as they are, out there just hitting.
3rd down and goal for Millard North. Bailey in the backfield. Acray under center, keeps it himself. Near the goal line, no signal yet. Touchdown. Acray sneaks it in.
Went in on the right side down there.
That's good. That's good surge. Millard South with 2 guys in the A gap, shading out both on the outside shoulder. That center pinching, found an itty-bitty crease and snuck it in.
7-point advantage. Bain in to try to make it 8. The kick is up, and it is through. Extra point good. Millard North has come out on fire here in the second half, and they're on top 28-20.
Tale of two halves thus far.
We talked about their rushing in the first half. They accumulated, I believe it was 32 yards in the first half. They are now up to 198 yards, and another stat that you don't expect, 124 yards passing. They just don't do a lot of passing, as we know. 52 yards on average through the course of the year, but 124 passing, 198 in the rushing department. They really come out tough here.
21 unanswered points for Millard North. Log on to Facebook.com/NET Sports and become a fan. You can leave questions, comments, and see what happens behind the scenes. Plus, you can also see what's coming up next on NET Sports. It's fast, fun, and easier than ever to be part of Nebraska's only statewide sports network on Facebook.com/NET Sports.
Millard South might have to go back to a little bit more conventional offensive personnel. They're running out of bodies to substitute for those multiple formations.
Janicek in to kick it away. Eddie Collins back deep. Janicek with a high kick, taking it about the 18. Ball fumble, picked up. Not much room to move after the bobbled.
Yeah, you just get a double dose right there. He couldn't handle it at first. He could not handle it at second. And then you understand as a returner that everybody's getting closer to you real quick. And you press a little bit. He did well to just maintain possession. But now his team, well, they are at the 23-yard line.
Those Millard South, they did get conventional with Urban and Collins back in the ball game here.
Blake Headley in there at quarterback. The toss outside to Collins. Collins cuts it back. Still on his feet. Points out to about the 30-yard line. Nice spin move, kept his feet moving.
He is dangerous, and that is his patented move. When he spins, he's extremely low to the ground like a top. Getting to the edge here real quick. Good job handling Millard North defensively on the perimeter. Jansen with a rare missed tackle.
Reminds me a little bit of Danny Woodhead back in his days at North Platte High School.
Absolutely.
Small, quick, excellent cuts.
We might be hearing that name coming up shortly. Pressure in the backfield. And sacked back to the 25-yard line, a loss of 4.
And Millard North's defense has followed up their offensive production now with this kind of defense, just shutting down Millard South.
Davidson here. It's rare to see this momentum shift that's happening up front. I've never seen a team have such control of the offensive and defensive line in one half and then lose it so quickly in the second half. I mean, they were dominant in that first half.
3rd down and 8. Inside a minute left here in the third quarter. Headley looks downfield. Nice toss out there on the screen. Urban, good spin out to the 40. Nice execution. First down for the Patriots.
Yeah, once again, Headley sets it up very well. We've seen him do that very nicely here tonight. He'll take that drop, make sure everybody's coming, and again, as I said earlier, just dare him. Come on in. Here I am, guys. And then boom, and look at this.
That'd be a nice,
well set up to the outside.
Nice security blanket to have, wouldn't it? You know, third and a bundle, and
the way they run it, that's excellent. You betcha.
Like Urban, that's nice.
1st and 10. Headley goes up top. Pulled in. Oh, and incomplete.
Oh,
nearly
boy.
a complete
Brandon
pass. Clark had it knocked away at the last second.
Got it right there. Ball in his mitts. He and the defender hitting the ground, and ball pops out.
Well, Headley is scary type accurate with his deep balls. He's got phenomenal touch, and you know he's got a big boy arm as a baseball player.
See how this all worked out. No, it just went right through his arms immediately.
2nd down and 10 from the 40-yard line of Millard South. Headley gives it up the middle. Urban breaks one tackle out to the 44-yard line. A gain of 4. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6, and that will be the last play of the third quarter. So Millard North with 21 unanswered points coming out of the halftime locker room. They trailed 20-7. They lead it now as we head to the fourth quarter. 28-20, Mustangs on top.
I just wanna be okay, be okay, be okay. I just wanna be okay today. I just wanna be okay, be okay, be okay. I just wanna be okay today. I just wanna feel today, feel today, feel today. I just wanna feel something today. I just wanna be okay, be okay, be okay. I just wanna be okay today.
Hey, college doesn't just happen. You have to push yourself as you go through high school. Don't be afraid to take classes like Algebra 2, Biology, or a foreign language. They can help raise your ACT score and prepare you for college. I wasn't the smartest kid in high school, but I took the tough classes and I passed. So what are you waiting for? Push yourself over to your counselor's office and sign up for them. They won't be easy, but you'll be glad you did.
NET Sports coverage of the 2010 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, applauding the dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship of Nebraska high school athletes. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. Back at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska, the Class A state championship game, a pivotal third down on the reverse. Now Urban looking downfield under pressure, reversing his field, more pressure by Urban, and he's knocked out of bounds. Nice job to gain positive yards, but it'll bring up fourth down.
Ran a long way to pick up a couple of yards right there. I'm not so sure he wasn't intending to throw back on that play, but we won't know that for sure as now the kicking unit will come out. Millard North, 21 unanswered points on the board in the third quarter. Great job by the Mustangs to come out and really just set the tempo, bring it all back to their side.
28-20. Millard South will now punt it away.
They're setting up the holdup here.
Warren kicks it away. Bass will let it roll at about the 10, inside the 5, down near the goal line and stopped, but are his heels on the line? No. Right at the one, about half-yard line, it's down, and that's where Millard North will start from.
Tough spot to be in down there. Great job by the kicking unit to put it there.
Let's go down to the field to John Bishop. John.
Well, guys, during that entire last series, the whole Millard South defensive brain trust down here on the sidelines huddled up, trying to figure out what the answer is to slowing down this Millard North offense, and the reason why the entire momentum of this game and the entire control of the line of scrimmage has completely done a 180. We'll see if what they have done has come up with the answer, as they have the best position they could for a defense.
Well, I tell you what, one thing for starters is they've covered up the guards, going to an odd man front.
Acre with the keeper. Acre gain of about a half yard.
Well, when you have two defenders taking the fake and tackling the fake, and then improper angles on the tackling from people in the secondary, that'll create some problems for you too. So there are a lot of little things that add up to some tough stuff here.
Both of these quarterbacks accounting for a majority of their team's total offense. And you see Acre shut down right at that line of scrimmage, trying to get a little bit of room. It'll bring up third down and 8 for Millard North.
They keep stuffing it right here, Millard South. If they continue to stuff it and force a punt, they will get the ball back, I would presume, somewhere inside the 50, maybe inside the 40. So again, a little cat and mouse going on right here. They're just behind 8 points. Millard North looking for a way out of the shadow of their goalpost.
Third down and 8. A big opportunity for Millard South to flip the field here.
They won't be afraid to throw it here, so you got to be careful here at the bottom of the screen if you're Gordon.
Acre keeps it himself, nothing there. Tried to give his punter just a little more room and maybe a yard.
Hey, they don't have a full 15 yards here or 14 yards for snap and a hold, so imperative that they seal up the seams here in their punt coverage.
Boy, great job on the shooting the gap by Freeman Coleman, who piled through there. And you see Coleman there.
Hard to believe he's a sophomore.
He did a lot of that in the first half, too. He did a great job in the first half with that kind of play. So
6'1", 230. So now an important punt out of their own end zone. Bellis back deep to punt it. He gets the kick away. Collins called off by Urban at the 36. And a return of about 4 yards down to the 33-yard line. And now Urban slow to get up. And he's limping as well.
You don't see that too often.
Coming to NET Television Saturday night, Nebraska's very own Mulberry Lane. Four Sisters from Omaha bring you the music of the season. You can enjoy this special concert and celebrate with Mulberry Lane, Christmas in Nebraska. Plus, find out how you can get tickets to see them live in several venues throughout the state. You don't want to miss this special concert. Saturday night, 7 Central on NET1 and NET HD. It's Mulberry Lane. Now, Urban, you see, walking off that injury, tossed outside to Collins. Collins looking for the corner, breaks the tackle of Fisher, and a gain of about 5 yards for Collins.
Boy, Cole making a beeline for Collins, and Collins having none of it.
Good work on the perimeter that time by Christian Speck or Rotella, leading the play, making a good block on the edge. Collins able to take advantage of that, continue upfield.
A gain of 4 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 from the 29-yard line. Important drive here. 4th quarter of the Class A state championship. Collins on the inside. Flag on the play. This will come back.
Boy, he runs hard for a little guy. Low center of gravity. Unfortunate. It is coming back on a hold.
Here's Tim Higgins from Grand Island signaling holding against Millard South.
You kind of sympathize a little bit for Coach Means if you're a Millard South fan. He's doing everything he can offensively to put them in a chance to be successful. Just some real untimely penalties, especially of the holding variety.
Well, they stemmed the momentum here for a moment. Now kind of hit themselves with a hammer here in terms of this penalty.
Holding.
The ball that should have been down close to the 20 or inside the 20 is now
2nd down.
just inside the 40. Watch this play here by Collins.
Just maybe the little bit of a hook around the waist. There's the throwdown. There it is. That's 2 points.
2nd down and 16 after the penalty. Under pressure, going up top, overthrows this the intended receiver. Streaking down was Clark, and Clark can't catch up to him.
Ball thrown well behind Clark. Little misconception on the route right there. Creating this long third at about 16 yards.
At the 39-yard line, you're almost you're just outside probably no man's land. Is Coach Means thinking he's got 2 downs to make 16 here, or will they try to pin Millard North deep if they don't convert? He'd like to get it over with on this down right here, though.
3rd and 16. Headley drops back. Steps up in the pocket. Scouted by Fisher and pushed out of bounds. Not Fisher, make it Jansen. Ben Jansen trailing him and pushed him out.
He's a heck of a football player. Hard to appreciate. He doesn't look the part necessarily, but he's a great player.
Let's go down to the field to John Bishop.
Guys, that was the 3rd straight series we did not see Trey Sachs in the game. He has been favoring what looks to be his left leg since getting hurt earlier in the 3rd quarter. Yet, despite the fact he hasn't been in there, he also has not been seeing the training staff. He's had his helmet on. Looks like he's been ready to go in. But it's obvious that they have not decided to put him back in the game. We'll see if he gets inserted on the next offensive series.
He's not going to give you any inkling that anything's bothering him, that's for sure, if he can. He's not seeking any sort of attention medically.
Doran to kick it away on 4th down and 13. Kicks it high into the air, trying to get a good roll here. But it does take a Millard South roll down inside the 15, the 13, and finally down at the 13-yard line. So trying to hold on to that field position is Millard South.
trying to get it down as he did last time. As far as the kick goes, didn't happen this time, but still inside the 20. So good job as far as the kicking goes. And now up to, again, that Millard South defense, see if they can step up one more time. But boy, Millard North is just on a rampage here. Amazing stuff.
So the defensive front, Millard South comes out in. Back conventional here. 4-down lineman.
First down and 10 from the 13. The toss outside to Bass, and Bass struck down for a loss on the backside. Good tackle by Sosnowski.
Looks like Bergmeyer on the carrier, I think.
Yep,
or was
right.
that Bergmeyer?
Those are the kind of plays that Millard South was making in the first half. We saw that play by Sosnowski. We saw earlier Freeman Coleman making a couple of plays in the previous series, and they kind of regained a little bit of that performance level, but still a ways to go.
Bergmeyer in the backfield along with Bailey. Acre, pitch late. What a pitch! Bergmeyer with some speed down the sideline. Bergmeyer, Collins forced the fumble. Millard South ball still loose.
Oh my!
I think Millard South got it.
No signal yet from the officials until right there. Millard South ball. The question would be,
did he step out of bounds and be the first player to touch it? See, there's no instant replay, so they have to get this right. He did step out of bounds and was the player to recover it. That if he didn't reestablish presence on the field of play, this will be a huge meeting of the minds here.
He goes out of bounds voluntarily. He's out in college. He's out of the picture. If he's
guys, it looked to me, at least from my angle, that he did reestablish getting back in bounds. And again, you're right. I mean, no instant replay, so obviously they can't go back and review this.
Just wait a second. In college football, if he goes out of bounds voluntarily, he's done for the play.
Let's take a look here. Collins with great hustle.
Job by Collins to force that fumble, continue to dig at it, got it out. Out of bounds.
Oh, I don't know. Well, with no instant replay, it's a moot point now.
Yep. So Millard South will get it at the 14-yard line. 73-yard gain by Millard North, and then the turnover. Big hit there by not Bergmeyer. Big hit from that safety spot.
The point I was going to make is in college football, if you go out of bounds voluntarily, you're done for the play. If you're forced out, then you got to reestablish immediately, as John talked about. Damon, you know that rule?
That's it. I believe it is the same in high school.
Yeah. So then he's out of the play.
I think they missed that call, but that's tough to get live. I think they had a bad angle. That's the sideline judge is actually trailing the play. He probably couldn't see that from start to finish.
Brandon Aldi with that last tackle, tossed up there to Tostenson. Tostenson move on Bass out to the 35-yard line. So a big play, and Millard South still in business here.
He's just a nightmare out there. Even with Devin Bass, probably the best cover corner in the Metro. It's Elijah Tostenson, an equally good receiver.
Guys, real quick before we get to the next play, lost in all the discussion over whether or not he was in, he was out, whatever. Give credit to Collins for chasing him down. If he doesn't do that, the game is pretty much over.
Urban with the catch out near midfield.
And now Millard South's getting a little life from that last play. And John, that play is the second play that Collins has made tonight in running somebody down a long ways and making a touchdown-saving tackle.
About the toughness by these guys. Urban, not 100%. Collins, not 100%. Sachs, not 100%. But these guys, listen, we're seniors. It's the state championship. We're out here playing. We've seen Acre with maybe grabbing his knee a little bit. Guys, this is not for the faint of heart out here.
Nobody giving up, that's for sure.
Penalty against Millard North. Walk it off 5.
And Larry, Trey Sachs is back on the field. He's right there in the middle of the end right now. Andy Means pondering his next move. There he is, number 3.
So Blake Headley, the quarterback, in the backfield with him is Trey Sachs.
Single coverage to the bottom here. There he goes.
Headley goes up top. Nearly pulled in. What a try by Urban wants a face mask. He's not going to get it.
He's a very emotional player who's done a good job of keeping his emotions in check. He had single coverage.
Watch this battle right here. This everybody battling. And
oh wow, he's got a point there.
He's got a major point right there.
He had not just a face mask, he had the whole helmet.
Yeah. Say hello to the grill.
Did not let go.
That's one of those guys you want to leave alone too, because he usually finishes what he starts.
6:15 left in a terrific Class A state championship game. The defending champion Patriots down 28-20 here in the fourth quarter. Collins goes back left. In motion comes Sachs. Fake the toss. Rolling to his right, looking downfield. Dumps it over. Incomplete to Gardner.
The route covered deep. Then trying to check down to Gardner, coming underneath it all. That was a hot one. That ball had a lot of mustard on it. Pretty tough to catch that football.
Well, the best passing offense in Class A against the best pass defense. Something's got to give here.
Brings up 3rd down and 5 now for the Patriots.
About time for that screen again, maybe?
Well, I think you got to take your chances here at the bottom of the screen. I know it's a
toss outside. Collins dances around, some pressure, comes back across the field. Collins looking for some room, got a block. Great pursuit though by Millard North, and they knock him out of bounds.
Wow. There's that guy, 34, the human hit stick.
Collins going sideline to sideline and back. Watch this play and trying to get vision, trying to see what's going to open up here. Nothing is going to open up. So let's take it back.
Jansen, bottom of the screen,
way
trailing
behind the play, and ends up over here making the.
Lost in all that was a good
block. For his troubles.
Excellent block to prolong the play by the quarterback, Headley.
Well, he and Aldi, two of the better inside backers in the Metro.
What hustle by Ben Jansen. So on 4th down, Millard South will kick it away. It goes out of bounds, angled toward the sideline at the 24-yard line. That's where Millard North will take over on top by 8, inside 6 minutes left. Hey, I want to remind you, we asked you earlier tonight about our trivia. First correct email to answer this question would win an NET Sports t-shirt. Who holds the record for the most touchdowns scored in an NSAA Class A playoff game? Adrian, you mentioned it earlier. Danny Woodhead from North Platte scored 6 touchdowns back in 2002 against Omaha West Side, and his career has turned out pretty nicely.
Remember that game? That was the first time I'd really seen Danny really put on a performance as he did. Saw him play several times after that, but the kid could just stop immediately and then go again at just 100% is incredible.
And Adam Lawrence was our winner from High Point, North Carolina. Congratulations, Adam. We'll be sending a t-shirt your way as you correctly identified Danny Woodhead as the player who holds the NSAA record in Class A for touchdowns in a game.
And now doing
Bailey, whoa, he's got the old 7 going on underneath the helmet. We call that the El Camino. Short in the front and long in the back. Look at that.
Just want to add real quick, Woodhead now excelling in the NFL. Patriots.
Larry, you smile. You envious of that haircut?
I'm envious of Danny Woodhead being 5'8" and doing what he does. That's right.
And dwarfing you, huh?
That's right. 2nd down and 5, no gain. That'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, look at Wisdom. He's a guy that got my attention early on, having to play against these guys, number 17 from Millard South. Great defensive lineman.
And by the way, Danny Woodhead's not 5'8".
No, he's not.
No, and you're not 5'4", so he's still dwarfing you.
Inside 5 minutes, 3rd down and 5.
This is normally Bass time. We'll see what Millard North decides to do. And it was going to be.
Dropping back and going to fire it right out to Bass, but we have a timeout. Second timeout called by the Mustangs. They will have one left. Let's take a look at the entire state championship schedule. Of course, we brought you 3 games today right here on NET. Started out early this morning at 10 a.m. Howells knocked off Sargent to win its 9th state championship in 11 years, if you can believe that. West Point Central Catholic taking home the title in D1 over Creighton. This game going on now, and then tomorrow. It starts at 10 a.m. St. Cecilia, Bergen will battle in C2, a great Northeast Nebraska matchup between Norfolk Catholic and Pierce. That's tomorrow afternoon at 2:30, and then tomorrow night, the Class B championship. Crete will take on Elkhorn. That should be another great battle. Of course, Crete surviving that tough test with Aurora, which many people thought was the preview of the state championship. I have a feeling Elkhorn might have something to say about that.
I do too.
Indeed.
That's a good football team that's gotten better as the years gone on, especially up front running the football. That if you like guys to churn out yards on the ground, tune into that Class B matchup tomorrow night. There'll be a whole lot of running.
What do you expect in November in Nebraska? That's why you bring the blanket and bundle up. But really great football weather. 4.5 left. 3rd down and 5. Acre under center. And a jump by Freeman Coleman.
And going to give him that first down.
There might be about a...
Well, let's see here.
It's going to be close.
Where that stick is over on the other side, spot of the ball, it should give them.
Yes, it
Very
does.
close, and it does. Yep.
Encroachment
By about a length of the football. So first down for Millard North.
Got to shake that off if you're a Patriot fan and focus on these next 3 downs here.
Once that neutral zone is, excuse me, Larry, once that neutral zone is violated, whistle blows, and it's a penalty. In college, you can get back and make the play go. Pro, you can get back and make the play go, but in high school, that is not the case.
Freeman Coleman has had one whale of a ball game tonight for the Patriots.
I believe he's only a sophomore. That's a little scary.
So first down and 10. Acre hands it off in the backfield. Bailey still on his feet as he spins out past the 40-yard line. What a run by Chris Bailey.
Millard South trying to hold him up, trying to somehow rip that ball out of there. Every play from here on out, Millard South needs to find somebody that can get in there and try to rip that ball loose. See it right there? Just trying to rip it out.
Just wanted to see the haircut again.
Guys like that mohawk.
Is that what we're going with? We're going to call that a mohawk?
I'm not sure. I
think that's another M word.
Something begins with it. That's exactly right. Inside 3:50 now. 28-20. And off again, right up the middle. And again, Bailey pounds his way out past the 42 to about the 43. And there's a look at it, guys.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and call that a mullet.
Yeah.
Got the little part going on. I tell you.
That adds to the helmet comfort. That's what that does.
Padding.
The girls love it.
I used to part my hair like that on the side.
I bet you did.
I'm kidding.
Really? You're kidding.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I don't think my mom and dad would have been going for that.
3rd down, an important 3rd down. 3 minutes left and a timeout in Millard North. Mustangs take their final timeout with 2:58 left here in the 4th quarter. Saturday night at 11 on NET television. Austin City Limits continues its long-standing tradition of showcasing the best of original American music. This week, the Wallflowers showcase tunes from their debut solo album, followed by songwriter, violinist Carrie Rodriguez performing songs from her latest album. Great voices and great songs. You don't want to miss Austin City Limits Saturday night at 11 Central, only on NET1 and NET HD.
Wallflower. It's like those quiet people that just kind of try to blend in.
Not these Wallflowers.
Different kind of wallflower.
Yep, a little bit different. Great music.
Both teams tonight over 400 yards of total offense. We've had a total of 847 yards of offense between these two teams. Just slugging it out on that field, and huge play right here. This third down play, I think Millard North gets this first down. This game might be pretty much up.
See what Millard South does defensively. I think they're going to have to sell out here.
So inside 3 minutes, third down and 1. McCray under center. McCray keeps it, got it. McCray first down.
I guessed wrong. Came backside on the stunt.
They stacked up on that left side and moved everybody. Shifted over before the snap, moved everybody, thinking that play is going to go that way. And Millard North came to the backside, as you said, Damon, and actually picked it up very easily.
Hard to believe Isaac's only a sophomore. When you take a look at him and how he leads this offense and his toughness, he's got 2 more years of this.
So first down and 10 from the 47. Given the backfield. Pass churning out near midfield and into Millard South territory. And now the Patriots will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts.
Trying to run that power, break him loose up front. Another good job up inside there. Sheldon Garcia, big factor in the first half. Garcia.
Yeah,
play right there.
Coleman and Sosnowski and Garcia and Wisdom.
You go back, guys.
A lot of good players.
Early here in this quarter, how big was the holding call?
Yeah.
On the first down run by Collins that brought it all the way back and gave them 3rd or 2nd and 16.
Yeah, that would have been down around the 16-yard line, I believe, with the first down.
It was inside the 20. We know that. I remember talking about it. Took the ball back to just inside the 40. Huge call. Huge play.
The Patriots came out. Took the early lead. Mustangs responded with 21 third quarter points. Take a 28-20 lead. I want to remind everybody, we'll be back here at Memorial Stadium tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. The Class C2 State Championship. St. Cecilia and Bergen will be doing battle. Second down and 8. Up the middle is the give. Out to about the 45 and immediate timeout called by the Patriots.
Funny fans, we love Coach Burrell, Alan Burrell, who was an assistant at Millard North. He was a track and football star from North Dakota State. Made his way on down to Omaha. Tried to get him at Northwest, but he sold out and went to the dark side.
I want to remind everybody that there's still plenty of time to grab a DVD of these high school championships. You can order your DVD by logging on at netnebraska.org, or you can give us a call. The number on your screen, 800-868-1868. Remember when you call to let us know what class and what team you would like a DVD of. Volleyball also available from last week, so you can pick up DVD and your high school memories of these state championships games forever. And what a great one we've got here in Class A between the Patriots and the Mustangs.
Now, we said at the top, this could be just one whale of a football game. We have seen that. Kind of the tale of 2 games, quite frankly. That first half all belonged to Millard South, and the second half now belonging mostly to
that is so
Millard
true.
North.
2 completely different football games.
Third down and 3. No timeouts remaining for either team. Big play up the middle and grinding for the first down is Chris Bailey. What a run by Bailey after being stopped initially and kept driving and picked up a first down.
And the Millard North players understand what that means.
Yeah, you know,
every one of them have their hands up in the air after that play. So, fellas, we're there.
They were all but out a week ago against Omaha Burke. A minute 30, they had about 90 some odd yards total offense. They found a way to win that game. You got the sense, being down 20-7 at the half to Millard South, that had to feel like an eternity.
Oh, that finding a way was a 76-yard touchdown on a reverse by Devin Bass to give them a 10-7 win.
I mean, all but out.
So now just a handoff in the backfield, grinding it away, staying on his feet is Bailey. Bailey pulled down from behind, and Millard North pounding away now at the Millard South defense.
Still have time to play, and Millard South needs to
take care of
know
the
that, recognize that, and take care of business. While, Millard North again taking its pains to take care of that football. Don't give it up.
Like he did almost just right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Goodness.
20-yard gain by Bailey. 1:45 and counting left here in the Class A state championship game. And they can feel it on the Mustang sideline.
Yeah, you know, football is it's a funny game. You know, if you got to capitalize on the opportunities that are presented, and they were resilient a week ago, and I think they carried that with them, and even you got the sense when Coach Petito was talking after the Burt game last week that he almost, I won't say apologized for winning, but it didn't seem he wasn't his normal Coach Petito's self. Knew that they kind of got away with one there, and it's going to turn into a state championship.
Well, he said after, he said, we just got a little lucky tonight.
Right.
The playmakers, we got it in their hands, and the playmaker, he did it for us. It was very apologetic. Acre keeps it himself.
Well, and for all the young people looking in tonight, first of all, we appreciate that. Secondly, Millard South, they had 20-7 at the break. And then Millard North came out and just put it up from there, 21 points in the third quarter. Again, the lesson you learn there is, you know, there's 4 quarters of football to play, and you've got to play all 4 of them all the way. So
see it through.
Never give it up. Never, ever give it up.
Play clock and the game clock almost identical. One last snap, and that'll do it.
I'm shocked at the 180 that this game took. And it doesn't matter how much skill, whether you're in Little League or high school or college, games are won and lost up front, and it was Millard North's ability to adjust in the trenches in the second half that was the difference in this football game.
So Millard North comes from behind. They trailed it at the half, 20-7. They come out of the locker room, shut down the Patriots in the second half, score 21 unanswered points, and Millard North comes from behind and wins that school's 3rd state championship, their first since 2005.
It's 64.5 total yards at the half. Millard South, I believe, had about 308, 310 somewhere
in that,
there.
Yeah, in that vicinity. But both teams end up 400 plus. Millard North at 450, Millard South at 437.
Nothing to hang your heads about, Patriots. It's a good football team they lost to.
So the champions in Class A, the Millard North Mustangs, 21 unanswered in the third. They win at the final, 28-20.
Programming on NET Television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank, fulfilling their commitment to serve customers wherever they are on their terms, providing a full range of banking services at 57 branch offices and more than 100 ATMs located conveniently across Nebraska. Wherever you go, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, you'll find us.
Animal agriculture is vital to Nebraska. Livestock production not only contributes to our food supply, but also helps our rural communities. Livestock provides revenue for schools, creates jobs, supports Main Street, and enhances the future for farm families. The Nebraska Soybean Board's Animal Agriculture Initiative works to encourage growth of responsible livestock enterprises to benefit agriculture and Nebraska.
Power Drive Electric Car program gives high school students a hands-on way to apply studies. Learn about electricity and energy efficiency, and develop skills that will benefit them throughout their lives. Nebraska Public Power District encourages students and teachers to get involved. Schools have the power to make it happen. For information on Power Drive, visit oppd.com or nppd.com.
Coming to NET Television, Nebraska's very own Mulberry Lane.
Happy holidays.
Enjoy the music of the season with Mulberry Lane, only on NET. Plus, find out how you can get tickets to see them live in several venues throughout the state.
Coming soon to NET1.
NET Sports coverage of the 2010 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, applauding the dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship of Nebraska high school athletes. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. So the Mustangs win it over the Patriots. A come-from-behind victory and a celebratory sideline for those Millard North Mustangs. 28-20, finishing 11-2 on the season. And Adrian, what a phenomenal comeback it was by those Mustangs who, you might have thought at halftime, well, this looks like Millard South just needs to run out the string and they can walk away with it.
Well, they came out in that first series long field from their own 20 and went right up the field and scored that touchdown, Larry, on that first series they had the football. And that was just a portent of things to come, and they really dominated from that point on. So congratulate them. Well done. Fred Petito, his staff, really doing a whale of a job to bring their team back into it. And congratulations to Millard South for battling as they did.
A great season by the Patriots, and for the introductions of our runners-up, let's go to public address announcer Rich Broderson.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. The award presentations will be made by NSAA Board of Control members Dr. Bob Resnicek from Boys Town High School and Max Kroger from Ord High School, and U.S. Bank representatives Mary Itzke and Jill Meyer-Lutke. Here are the awards for Class A runner-up, Millard South High School. Will head coach Andy Means and your assistants please present the silver medals to the members of your team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 1, Anthony Cloyd. Number 2, Tyler Nichols. Number 3, Trey Sachs. Number 4, Quentin Urban. Number 5, Nick Rajan. Number 6, Joel Fickle. Number 7, David Cornwell. Number 8, Alex Moreland. Number 9, Tony Gardner. Number 10, Steve Hayden. Number 11, Bryce Stinger. Number 13, Marshall Scott. Number 14, Logan Miller. Number 17, Jordan Wisdom. Number 18, Blake Headley. Number 21, Nick Greco. Number 22, Eddie Collins. Number 25, Brandon Clark. Number 27, Alex Carr. Number 28, Tyler Bryant. Number 29, Tyler Pavich. Number 30, Zach Lamb. Number 31, Zach Malock. Number 32, Danny Reagan. Number 34, Brendan Peoples. Number 35, Grant Ahern. Number 38, Eric Nicholson. Number 39, Jake Halcomb. Number 40, Lucas Bond. Number 41, Ben Olson. Number 42, Matt Brandis. Number 44, James Fortner. Number 45, Gannon Gorseth. Number 47, Jesus Sanchez. Number 48, Anthony Zinsky. Number 50, Jose Cortez. Number 51, Will Foley. Number 53, Freeman Coleman. Number 54, Aaron Clark. Number 55, Bryce Sosnowski. Number 56, Sheldon Garcia. Number 57, John Hill. Number 58, Marcus Marin. Number 59, Christian Spacratella. Number 60, Matt Kraft. Number 61, Michael Aboud. Number 62, Joe Licky. Number 63, Dan Ziblet. Number 64, Alec Fleming. Number 66, Brady Garza. Number 67, Mark Hergenroder. Number 68, Colin Rasmussen. Number 69, Kyle Doran. Number 71, Christian Condi. Number 72, Brett Bowden. Number 73, Colin Walsh. Number 74, Stacy Zaninga. Number 75, Peyton Rockwell. Number 76, Drayton Walter. Number 77, Ryan Spitzer.
Ryan, thanks for coming out, buddy, okay? All right.
Number 78, Mike Dargy. Number 79, Anthony Crawford. Number 80, Michael Martinez. Number 81, Chris Wozni. Number 82, Elijah Tostenson. Number 83, Keaton Hutchinson. Number 84, Zach Schmidt. Number 85, Danny Cleveland. Number 87, Kevin McIntyre. Number 92, Nate Estergaard. Number 95, Dominic Fournet. Number 97, Jake Chandera. And number 98, Jeremy Hutley. And now, here is the 2010 Class A runner-up trophy. Congratulations, Millard South High School.
You had a great year. Good job.
So there are your runner-ups, the Millard South Patriots in Class A. A terrific season, finishing the year at 12-1. Or 12-2. 2 losses coming to Millard North. Great season by Andy Means and his Millard South club.
Yeah, it's a talented bunch with some good quality seniors that will be definitely missed. I tell you, football is just it's a funny sport. It'll humble you in a hurry.
Indeed it is. As Barry Switzer used to say, it's a sport where humility is just 7 days away. That is indeed the case with this team here. Again, excellent football year. Andy Means to be congratulated, along with his assistants, Jim Cooney, Tim Bod, Jim Com, T.J. Martin, Sean Tevis in that regard. And they have all done a good job and put together.
And now for the presentation of the championship trophy and medals, let's go back to our public address announcer, Rich Broderson.
Now to the champions from Millard North High School. First, head coach Fred Petito, we have a special award for you. Now, coach, would you and your assistants hand out the gold medals to the members of your championship team? Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. We begin with number 1, Isaac Akri. Number 2, Derek Horde. Number 3, Jacob Bergmeyer. Number 5, Eric Christofferson. Number 6, Matt Miller. Number 7, Kel Korbelic. Number 8, Kyle Erickson. Number 9, Nicholas Ruff. Number 10, Steve Price. Number 11, Nick Bellis. Number 12, Micah Hoffick. Number 13, Josh Couch. Number 14, Derek Mannion. Number 15, Nicholas DeLuca. Number 16, Andy Bain. Number 17, Clay Fisher. Number 18, Alex Hardy. Number 19, Matthew Evans. Number 20, Mike Tichenor. Number 21, Devin Bass. Number 22, Logan Arnold. Number 23, Zachary Janisek. Number 24, Cole Fisher. Number 25, Chris Bailey. Number 27, Zachary Zipke. Number 28, Dylan Grell. Number 29, Patrick Homa. Number 30, Daniel Soles. Number 31, Brandon Aldi. Number 32, Nicholas Bell. Number 33, Corey Ferguson. Number 34, Ben Jensen. Number 36, Jake Boyden. Number 37, Sean Terwilliger. Number 38, Cody Thorson. Number 39, Brady Oki. Number 40, Joseph Swoboda. Number 41, Grant DeVries. Number 42, Andrew Elvig Cassette. Number 43, Adam Nelson. Number 44, Joseph Dugan. Number 47, Connor Wilson. Number 49, Shane Lentz. Number 51, Samuel Davidson. Number 52, Landon Arnold. Number 53, Kyle McLean. Number 54, Mark Pfeiffer. Number 55, Vladislav Medvedev. Number 56, Dahan Meredith. Number 57, Nicholas Kuiper. Number 58, Scott Jube. Number 60, Brandon Vandervorst. Number 61, Peter Bruning. Number 62, Michael Milikovich. Number 63, Matthew Lee. Number 64, Christopher McCann. Number 66, Ryan Wheeler. Number 67, Nicholas Stewart. Number 68, Jared Abramson. Number 69, Turner Benham.
We're on 68, 69. Keep going. Good job, Eddie. Good work.
Number 71, Ryan Walters. Number 72, Austin Olch. Number 78, Damon Parker. Number 80, Brian O'Leary. Number 84, Nick Marchese. Number 90, Stephen Graber. Number 92, Connor Matthew. Number 93, Eric Shockley. And number 94, Jack Wilson. And now, for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2010 Class A State Football Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Millard North High School.
Congratulations to the Millard North Mustangs, the Class A champs for 2010, and what a phenomenal job by Fred Petito and that coaching staff. Coming out of the halftime locker room, making the adjustments necessary and scoring 21 points in that third quarter.
Yeah, they were concerned about momentum coming into the game. They kind of lost track of that momentum, Larry, in the first half and got it all back in a big way in the second half. And Fred Petito, his staff, Chip Baugh, Eric Braz, Alan Burrell, Mark Chavez, Jared Dreger, Brad Edmondson, Kyle Juergens, and Sean O'Connor all have a hand in this championship coming back to Millard North.
I tell you, it's been a long time since I've seen something like that between such two talented teams where one half is in such stark contrast from the other.
Right.
I mean, they pitched a shutout.
It was really two different halves, wasn't it? Millard South taking that 20-7 first half lead. Millard North coming back with 21 unanswered in that third quarter, and of course neither team scoring in the fourth, and Millard North wins it 28-20. Acre rushes for 155 yards. Headley 148. Both quarterbacks had great nights. And with the champs, let's go down to the field to John Bishop.
Well, Isaac, you helped spark this offensive burst in the third quarter. What did you guys do differently?
Oh, we just had to find the right plays and get our offensive linemen going and just play like we play every week.
What does it feel to beat these guys twice? Because I know how much you really want to win against Millard South.
Yeah. It was, words can't describe. It's great. It's just great.
What's been hurting you? I mean, you're hobbling around. You look like if you had to play another down, could you do it?
Hey, if I had to, yeah. But my hamstring, it's no big deal, though. It's football.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Coach Fred Petito. Coach. Trying to get Isaac in the picture. Coach is still making directions. All right, we asked you, what do you need to do? What happened in the second half? Why did it turn so fast?
Well, we were patient, piece by piece, step by step. Okay, we had a great drive to start the second half. And you can see we got lifted on the boundary. Then we started getting some stops. We knew we were capable because we held them those 2 field goals, so we felt pretty good about that. But we played, I think we played hard. We were a little awestruck to start the game. And they got off, that's how they are. They get off to a great start, man. They're a fast break team. And so we stayed on course. And we did what we needed to do.
As far as the strategy is concerned, X's and O's wise, did you have to really make any adjustments on that level?
Well, we knew we liked a few things. We hadn't run any wall option the first half.
Yep.
And I kind of felt at halftime it was something that we can do. So we run the triple, and then we wall it out. And that's where Isaac got involved. So we had to get it. We knew we had to get our fullback and our quarterback involved.
Yep.
And they got involved in the run game, and it opens everything up.
2 years ago, your program only won 2 games. That's a very unfamiliar territory for you. 2 years later, you're standing here, you're holding the award. What does this mean?
Well, we knew we had to restructure at that time. We had just played for a state championship in 07. And, we just felt the way to go was with youth. And they were our best players. And we did take a few lumps. And people were more than happy to give us those lumps because we on the other end of that. And so that's why it's so gratifying with these guys, just the persistence they had, the dedication to hard work in the offseason. And don't get me wrong, they're a talented team, too. You don't do anything without talent. And they have some talent.
Congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
All right, that's Coach Fred Petito, the state champion once again.
Well, congratulations to Millard North, the state champs in Class A. They knock off Millard South 28-20. Again, what a second half by those Mustangs.
Well, Fred Petito very gracious in his win. good things to say about Millard South and his staff, of course, right in there also. But congratulations. That's just a great feather for Fred. And, you know, like he said, if you're a winner, people are after you, and he knows how that feels because he and his team and his program have been a winner.
Just subtle nuances out there in the option game, and he talked about the wall option, and for those of us that have tried to defense him throughout the years, we know what that is. So very, very nice adjustment there.
Reminder, tomorrow morning, Class C2, St. Cecilia, the Blue Hawks taking on Bergen, the Knights. That's tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., the first of 3 state championship games coming your way on NET throughout the day tomorrow. We've crowned 3 state champs today. The last one in Class A, Millard North knocks off Millard South 28-20. For Damon Benning, John Bishop, and for Adrian Fiala, I'm Larry Putney. And for the entire NET Sports production crew, we'll see you tomorrow from Memorial Stadium.